How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction.
Fantastic.
We have good terms with us. They can say their names and what they do in the band.
Woohoo, I'm Brian. I'm the lead singer and I play guitar.
I am Zach Boucher. I also play guitar, and I produced our most recent album.
And I'm Ivan, and I also play guitar. We all play guitar.
Everybody plays guitar. I play guitar.
And we all write.
Yeah, we're all songwriters and lyricists and all that.
That's important.
There we go, guys. Well, again, we talked about it off camera, but we gotta give a shout out to the GOAT, Anthony, my guy. Love that dude.
Absolutely.
Shout outs to the man. Thanks for the targeted ad on good terms. We talked about it a little off camera. We'll probably talk about it a little bit on here, but I need to know, and I'm sure a lot of your fans need to know, how did you start out Good Terms? How did you guys all come together, be a band? You know, how did the music thing start for you guys?
So it was sort of my initial brainchild. And I remember watching this interview with Misha Mansour from Periphery when he was saying like his inception for Periphery was that he's like, I don't need to do a thing where I do everything. Like I want to just be in a band with my homies. But if I have to be the guy to like start it, then sure, I'll do that. And that was kind of where I was like, all right, cool. So I'm just going to like bust my ass and like make demos and like grind on this. And then I think I kind of along the line got like my friends to like started out just making a bunch of tracks, with like my friends, like with Gio, our bass player. He made a bunch with me, and Ivan made a bunch with me too, and just kind of like thinking of it honestly in like the more of like a pop process, and kind of just like let me just co-write and like be collaborative, and just like if I make a thing, like there are 2 songs on the album that are co-writes with people who are not in like the rock world at all.
Oh, very cool.
And one is my friend Niall, or my roommate Niall. So one of my best friends, and he is more of like an R&B person, and he wrote "Wasted My Age" with me, and then. My friend Sam DeRosa, who's like a pop artist, she wrote "All I Can" with me, which then leads us to I have these songs done and about this whole folder of tracks. And Brian moves to LA, and he like sublets a room in my house, and I was like, hey, you want to demo one of these songs? I knew he could sing. Like I knew he was like had abilities as a singer, but then when he sang,
we've all known each other for a very long time.
Oh yes, yeah, that's a very important thing. We all grew up that I missed. Yeah, Ivan and I have known each other since middle school. The 3 of us grew up in Virginia.
Okay, very cool.
And then Ivan and I have been best friends since then. And then Brian is a couple years younger than us, but we have a funny story how we met too. But it's all whatever. We're all from Virginia, but essentially we all just put it together because Brian, you tell the story of the demoing.
Well, for me, it was, we all kind of chase, Zach was the first one in Los Angeles. Actually, Gio was the first one in Los Angeles.
That's true.
We all kind of chased each other out here. Not like intending to start a band really, but just to be with our friends and be in a fun place. So for me, I visited Los Angeles like 9 months before I moved there just to like test the water, see what it was like.
Scope it out.
Exactly. My first night, I walk into like my friend picks me up from the airport, and she takes me to a bar, and my girlfriend to a bar, and everybody I know is there. Like everybody I could think of that I would like. Oh, maybe I'll go and see them this week. They're all there for our buddy Alex Palazzo. Shout out Palazzo's birthday. And so I see Zach, who I haven't seen definitely haven't seen in a bit, and Zach is drinking. And I didn't realize how much he'd been drinking, but he tells me. And Zach's working at a record label at this point in time. He's like behind a desk. Which is cool. That's what I thought he wanted to do. But he leans over to me in the club, and he goes, hey man, I'm quitting my job and I'm gonna start a band. I'm gonna start a band like the one we wanted to when we were kids, like Under Oath, like we're gonna have 2 guitar players and you're gonna be one of them, and then we're gonna get a solo lead singer. And there were all these other things, and I wasn't gonna be the lead singer at first. And he was like, and you should be in it with me. And I was like, dude, yeah, like I'll move out here and do that. That's really sick. And then when I moved out here and subletted a room in his place like 9 months later, I like kind of heard some of the demos. I heard a demo of a song with a singer on it. That was not me. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. And then Zach was like, hey man, do you want to demo like this song for this thing I'm working on? As if he'd never told me about it at all. And so that
because I didn't know that I did because I was like, I was so drunk that I forgot.
He was just that drunk. I just didn't realize. So I'm just like, man, I'll sing, sure, but like you already asked me to do, like, yes, I've been listening to this like through the walls, and I would like to do this. And that was All I Can. It was originally supposed to be just the demo for All I Can.
Oh, very cool.
I think it inspired the whole thing and ended up being The first like real thing we recorded was
Yeah.
that was a few years ago.
And those demo vocals that we did are the final vocals. Now they're on the
Oh
record.
wow, that's awesome.
And
Yeah.
then Ivan was just, coming out at first, just coming out and visiting, and Ivan works in touring, so he was kind of like springboarding off of Los Angeles, and we were writing some songs with him and working on some songs he'd written, and at one point it was just kind of like we were all in a room together, and we're like, so we think for the band we should do this. Also, you guys want to be in a band?
Yeah.
Because it was just kind of, it already happened.
Yeah.
I was adjunct faculty for many years.
He
Full time.
Yeah, that's a good way to describe it.
was like the guy in the back that you see at like a concert that's just like, hey, we're not gonna tell you you're a guitar player, but you're totally playing guitar right now. And then you have the other guy that's out in the front that's playing guitar, but like just miming it, and then the actual guy is playing guitar in the back.
Beautiful.
I feel that.
That's what I call a Freaky Friday situation.
You're right. You're right. But
That's really funny.
I thought for sure Zach was gonna say like, yeah, so I like heard Brian in the shower singing, and I just thought, man, he would just be great on a Good Terms track that I totally did not demo out just right now. And then you're like, you yell into the bathroom, you're like, hey Brian, you want to sing for my band? Like that's what I imagine. But I'm
It's
glad
not
that it
far
would.
off from that.
It could
That's
be,
really fun.
I wanted to just kind of like, I wanted to have that like secret way that
I mean,
may have happened.
I'd never sounded like that until we did All I Can. Like Zach's heard me sing before. I sang in like cover bands and my own projects and whatnot before. But when we did All I Can and I heard it back, he's like, hey, I mixed it and whatnot, and I heard it back for the first time. I was like, holy shit, that's what I sound like. Like, it wasn't, just the things that he'd said to me while we were in the booth and the energy and the hype. Zach's producing style when for vocals is very fun to be a part of. It's very hype man. And I was just like blown away that that's what I sounded like, and it was just kind of like, oh wow, I have to do this now.
Yeah, no, you guys definitely, like, when I listened to the stuff that you guys had out, and I listened to the full record too, and I was like blown away, like, because it does sound like you guys are just like a bunch of friends that like made a record, and it's like your baby, and it has that such a great DIY energy that I love here. I love having bands like that on the channel, and I feel like you guys just like, you guys don't just seem like friends in a band. You just like, you genuinely feel like, oh, we're just a bunch of friends that just hang out and shit, shoot the shit, and then we like made music just by happenstance,
For sure.
Yeah, I think all around the same time, like all of us work in music professionally. Like that's what, like we all, that's our livelihood and shit. And I think kind of all around the same time, we had like chased these kind of like more kind of career focused things. Like I was working in music marketing at a label, and like Brian was like professionally performing, and Ivan was professionally touring, and Gio was producing like 800 different people and making like fucking Mazda commercials and shit. Or like literally he's had like random things that he's made in like multiple commercials that you've
That's
seen.
so
Like,
sick.
and yes, he crushes it. But like I think we all like kind of got to a point where like, all right, this is cool. I'm happy that I'm like being creative for a living, or working in this kind of fulfilling thing. But there's more. There's a missing piece that I'm trying to find, and I think for all of us, like this band is that. And I mean, hopefully eventually that will take over the livelihood portion of it, but the core is important, that it is just a fucking blast to just do shit with your best friends,
and that energy is for sure carried into the music. So again,
that's sick that you hear that. That's very cool.
It's awesome. And like, I don't know, it's just maybe me, because I'm just like really that much of a music nerd that I kind of like pick out those sorts of things, like, and I think it just has a lot to do with like the songwriting. Like it just seems like a lot of like great energy, and like I don't know if, like, I feel like it translates for you guys, and as a listener, for myself at least, I feel like it translates to to the ears and being able to listen to stuff. And I know I've definitely shared your bands with a couple of my friends. I'm like, you need to check this band out, like they're definitely up there with some of the stuff I'm currently spinning now. So like it's real good shit. So keep up the good work, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think when we, especially when we were making Turning Point,
Mhm.
it was just kind of like the only hopeful thing I was working on at the time.
Mhm.
I had my way to make money. I had my other like band that I was working on, and it was just all this dead end shit. and this was just the only time that I felt kind of like a kid again, where I was just like planning about the future and thinking about what it'd be like to be, 40 and doing this and
Yeah.
stuff that I don't think about with necessarily with my other work that I was doing. So, and even if we were writing kind of down in the dumps lyrics, like you can tell that the project is born out of hope or is inspiring hope or something.
Oh yeah.
It's got something to do with hope,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the
We have a
light
song
at
called
the
Light
end
at
of
the
time.
End.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, sure. We also maybe it's I'm acting like it's incredibly underhanded, but
Yeah.
maybe perhaps it's not.
It's a
Oh,
whole song that's explicitly about that. Kind of.
But yeah, that's it. That translates super well, and like it does have that real hopeful like energy to it. So I'm all about that shit. Especially considering last year existed. I feel like a lot of people need that. So definitely go check out Turning Point if you haven't already, which is a perfect segue into the next question. For people who have not heard of your band, which again I don't know if you've been living under a rock or something, or Anthony's PR stuff didn't just hit your DMs like a fucking rocket. What would be one song that you guys would recommend to a new listener that has not heard of Good Terms at all, but was like, I like what this band's talking about, but I like need a song to listen to really kind of like sell me on
Wither
it.
Away.
Yeah,
It's
probably
Wither Away.
probably Wither Away.
It just keeps being that. I mean, I could give you 9 other answers. It's Wither Away.
Brian,
Yeah,
would you happen to agree?
Yeah, I would also say that it's Wither Away. I was thinking Light at the End too, but
Yeah,
maybe
or that
Light,
one.
Light at the End might be the second one.
Yeah,
if
Wither,
you-
there's
if you
something
like
about Wither
heaviness-
Away. Yeah.
If you like heaviness, maybe do Light at the End. We all kind of think that Wither Away is probably just our best song.
It's the one that kind of just speaks for itself, and it's like,
Yeah.
hey, if you
Yeah, it's
do you
it's
feel
the
me,
one
dog?
that it's the I feel like it's the most broadly accessible without being shit because of that, which a lot of what you could say that may be a bad thing,
That
but
can be
it's like the
dangerous,
most
yeah.
broadly accessible, but it's not like it doesn't end up catfishing you. Like what it writes on that check, it can cash with the rest of the record, which I think is important.
I think it's also
But
like the nucleus.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's exactly it's the point of reference for the rest of the record,
Mm-hmm.
where like that's the center and everything else
Yeah.
kind of goes out a little bit this way, a little bit this way, a little bit this way, but it always comes back to that core sound that's just like fuck yeah.
I would definitely agree. I think that might have been the music video I saw, or I know I had definitely seen some sort of like, obviously I know I keep referencing the ad, but that was like one of the first. I know I definitely heard like one of those songs, like one of the singles that you had released early on, and Wither Away. Like again, I listened through to the whole thing, and I was like, when I got to Wither Away, I was like, it does, like as you guys said, it does have that like nucleus thing where like I was like, wow, I could hear something from like this track, or this track sound has like a little bit of this, and I don't feel like it's too far out that like people wouldn't get it, but I don't feel like it's like so like pinpointed that like it's just like, okay, like this is what they're going for specifically. I think it just kind of takes the whole vibe of the record, and I would highly recommend checking Wither Away out. I'll leave a link in the description and go check it out, but realistically you should go check out the whole record, because listen, you want to make the boys' dream a reality. I feel like you gotta rock with it. But I loved it. So, and that's no bullshit on here. I know people are probably gonna be like keyboard warrioring it. It's like, oh my god, this guy's sucking up to these guys so hard right now. But go check out Good Terms. You already know. But who are some of like the artists that influenced you early on to play like your instrument or sing for your stands, Brian? And then who kind of influences your music more currently, and I guess Good Terms as a whole in general?
I mean, I feel like my early two big bands are Green Day and Fall Out Boy for sure.
Ooh, nice, yeah.
Green Day was the band that got me to play guitar, and Fall Out Boy was the band that got me to really want to sing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I come from. That's my home. It's kind of got this like, Green Day has this like classic doo-wop kind of thing to them sometimes in like the core of their songwriting, and Fall Out Boy has this like soul R&B element that's like hidden underneath all of it.
Oh yeah,
especially in the vocals, and it's just a real fun atmosphere to have around like power chords, which I also love.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Zach or Ivan?
Go ahead, Ivan.
Yeah, I mean, like I was talking about this earlier today. Like Coheed is definitely Coheed's when I realized like, dude, modern rock fucks really hard because I
Yeah.
was a classic boy for sure. Like I
Mhm.
liked all the stuff I was listening to on like rock radio growing up, like the grunge era and the punk and all that for sure. But I definitely was like huge into the classics. When I heard like, but even then, like when I was growing up in the early like in the aughts, like the music I was hearing was still from the 80s and 90s, and like the 2000s hadn't really like occurred to me yet in a meaningful way. And then I heard Coheed for the first time, and I was like, "Whoa, okay, this is I haven't heard this yet, and I'm loving it." And then
Yeah.
that just kind of 2006, which we've talked about as a band many times, is just like one of the most important years for music, for especially for our genre. Like, you know, Zach's "Define the Great Line" came out with Under Oath, and then like
Mhm.
at the same time, "Continuum" by John Mayer, and just like
Oh.
that year was the most like we're just gonna overhaul everything and imprint like the rest of your journey just all in one year, and it just blew my mind.
So many classic records that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if anything, I would say 2006 was more than a band. That year is the reason that I play music, want to see music, write music, all of that.
To try and get back to that year.
Yeah.
It's all there, man. It's
I like
all
that.
there.
I've noticed that every 5 years or since 2006, it's been like a fucking insanely good year for at least
Yeah.
for my music taste. Like
Yeah.
2011, then 2016, and now 2021. Honestly, 5 months in, not kind of weak. I feel like kind of 2021's kind of weak so far, but maybe we got some like COVID records in the back half that are gonna
I'm
just
hoping.
like absolutely light it on fire.
Yeah.
2020 was fucking incredible.
Yeah, I was gonna say
2020
2020
honestly
was
had a lot of good shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, the reason I started playing guitar was because of my dad. When I was 11, my dad took me to my first concert, which was Van Halen.
Ooh.
Wild.
And that was just like, I was same with Ivan. I was like I was into just basically the music my dad showed me, like classic rock.
Same.
And but
Yep.
my dad has like a great taste in music, so he was down with like Blink-182 and like stuff that like same like man, even like rock radio used to be sick.
Yeah.
It's just a
Oh,
shame.
You're right.
Like thinking about like growing up and being like the stuff I'd hear on the radios now, like I'm, you know, it's, I mean, a lot of it is just still the same shit, but like Rage and
Yeah.
I don't know, Nirvana and
Foo Fighters,
Foo
and
Fighters,
Soundgarden,
Green Day.
and Pearl Jam.
Yeah,
Green
there's some
Day.
good shit.
It's amazing.
But the band that like really made me be like, oh, music is like the only option for what I'm doing with the rest of my life is Under Oath.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember I remember I went to my first Warp Tour and kind of like knew like a couple bands. Coheed was one of them that I was into, and I like had heard of Under Oath. I wasn't really into screaming or like we went like because of Coheed pretty much.
Yeah.
And I think this is, I don't know, 2007 maybe. I think I was in like 8th
2007.
grade, and the yeah, and I remember just like for some reason being alone and watching Under like my for some reason not with like the whole group of the rest of my friends or parents or whatever because we were so young, and just like standing in the back by the sound tent watching Under Oath all by myself and being like, whoa, this keyboard player is like fucking insane.
Yeah,
like
Chris.
just banging his head
Oh.
constantly. That stood out. And he was wearing a Pantera shirt, and I was like, that's interesting. And but I was just like so fucking blown away. Like it was just like the coolest thing I had ever seen in my life. And then went home and listened to Reinventing Your Exit. And
Oh.
probably, I think I specifically remember this, listening to it on my Dell laptop speakers, probably like 50 times in a row. And yeah, it's been history ever since.
Rad.
Yeah, it's great. It's cool because like to me too, like I also grew up like listening to classic rock, and I feel like there's just like a smidge of like classic rock in what you guys do. Obviously, I feel like it's not the larger overarching thing, but I know that like growing up a little bit, like I do feel like you guys pull from that, and that's awesome because like who doesn't like a little bit of like classic rock energy? You know, we need that, you know. But like
Yeah.
I was like I was like, yeah, they definitely. I was like, if they don't say like classic rock, I'll be very surprised because that it seems like it seems pretty apparent, especially in terms of the guitar work. I'm a guitar player at heart, so like that's the stuff that I just like search out for or listen to. My brain just zeroes in, but like that's yeah. I was like they had to have like grown up listening to classic rock, and so I was down with that. And then when you guys said '06 bands, I was just like, you're right. You're right. You guys
Yeah.
kind of hit that like that perfect mark in like between like I would say like the late 2000s. I guess 2006 considered like late 2000s, but yeah, like that 2000
Yeah.
like 2006 like 2008. I feel like you guys kind of hit those bands in that like emo to like post-hardcore kind of era of music, which is like Trey Magnifique, that great shit, you know.
Oh yeah.
But
That's
when I met Zach, I was in my classic rock phase.
oh, very
I
cool.
was a
I-
Guns
oh,
N'
yeah.
Roses diehard.
Oh,
I was like 12. I like probably shouldn't have read all the biographies I read. Like they had some shit that
That's-
now like
yeah.
10 years later I'm like, wow, that's not cool.
yeah.
Yeah. Pretty tough.
But yeah, dude, I mean, come on, AC/DC.
Oh
you
yeah.
know, all that shit. Anything with
Mhm.
some good loud heavy guitar.
Yeah, I've never met in my life anybody that I think I know that loves playing music more than Brian. Like the reason we met literally was because I was a camp counselor at this fucking uh get my National Honor Society hours, like make my college resume look better type thing that like our county put on, was basically like over the summer, like at a high school they would like do all these arts programs or whatever. So I was like
yeah.
was a counselor for that, and Brian was a student, and he like came in and he was like playing guitar, and I was like, oh fuck, this like little kid is like better than me at guitar, holy shit, I need to go practice. And but we so at one point, like one of the other camp counselors came and was like, oh, there's a drum set in here, and he just started playing a bunch of Aaron Gillespie shit, which I recognized and was like, oh bro, like hold on. And it was like during lunchtime or something.
Yep.
And I picked my guitar, whatever, played, and then Brian was like, he forgot something, so he ran back into the room, and it was like just total like, can I play with you guys thing. And he just like picked up, of course, two guitar players and drummer playing a song. No one wants to play bass, and he just picks up the bass. And he's like, great, yeah, what is it? Like,
Yep.
And he just figured out, and we just jammed on Dangerous Business for
Oh my
a while.
God.
And that was our, so funny.
Very
Um,
cool.
Sick.
Bonded by Under Oath. I feel like that is
I feel like you probably hadn't heard of them before.
I did not know Under Oath until then.
oh wow. That's
Yep.
that's so cool.
I didn't
Really?
know Under Oath. Yep, I remember
And I
playing
never
it.
like internalized that.
I remember playing it F to C major instead of F to A minor on bass.
I
and,
love that.
And yeah, I remember going and downloading the live version from the Kaleidoscope,
Oh,
Oh,
nice. Yeah.
and
Wow.
and definitely didn't listen to like screaming music other than the little bit that's in Fall Out Boy, which I liked, but like definitely not a band with a screamer. And was just like, okay, this is what we're playing. Like, okay, this is cool. And then now Spencer Chamberlain is like a massive influence. So
Oh yeah, he's great. I love him, and obviously Under Oath, but Sleepwave is great too. If you guys haven't checked out Sleepwave, could check them out. They're great too. But
fantastic.
the next question, guys, keeping it more current. Who have you guys been jamming recently? What's on your like day-to-day music rotation?
Man, a lot of shit.
Yeah. Like I said, last year was fucking awesome for music.
Oh, yeah.
From 4 Year Strong, Hot Mulligan,
Yeah, of course.
Movements, 1975,
Dua Lipa.
Bill Murray,
Dua Lipa, yeah. Bill Murray, yeah.
Dua
Okay,
Lipa's new
Bill
record.
Murray,
Everyone, people just been swinging and hitting, and definitely all of that I just mentioned. I'm now, as somebody else answers, gonna like scroll back in my recently listened to. 'cause it's
Yeah,
just gonna tell me everything
I
need to
literally
know.
just did that. 1975 is a really big band for all four of us.
Yeah.
That's like huge. I mean,
Knuckle
it's not
Puck's
necessarily
2020.
it's not even necessarily that it's like new, but man, the story so far, we do not stop listening to them. I'm literally
Oh,
wearing
yeah.
a fucking
So
Story So
good.
Far shirt. Yeah, they just don't. It's just all those songs just don't get. I don't get tired of them.
Never.
Brockhampton. That's my
Oh
current
yeah,
here.
that's so good.
The new album's so good.
Mhm.
I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of pop recently. Kind of falling in love with pop again, which is fun. Yeah, I don't know. What do you have? What are you listening to, kid?
I have Well, I have a lot of lo-fi hip hop
Ooh,
and lo-fi
vibes.
jazz hop because I just put that on to do work, and I also just love that shit so much. I listen to a lot of ginseng radio,
Oh, nice. Okay.
who just makes some perfect music for sure. I also have a secret band I've been listening to.
Oh,
I have that in
nice.
here.
Oh,
I have
LP2.
yeah, LP2.
Fuck yeah. That shit's
Something about that.
amazing.
Something about that specifically just gets me. John Mess is a god. Will
Yeah.
Swan is also very good. Lucky he's in band with John Mess. I also have the BB King Eric Clapton album, "Riding with the King," which I
Oh.
listened to the other day while I was having a beer, which was correct. So yeah, so that's what I've been, and wedding music because I'm a wedding musician and they're coming up. Oh, and the Chilean solo record. Let's talk.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone, we
Yeah,
know, we love that.
Yeah, we're DGD. I should have mentioned, and the whole DGD universe, secret band. Until
It's just a fun band to be.
the DGD cinematic
Yeah,
universe.
the DGD. Yeah, I was gonna say.
I love that.
Yeah, it's kind of similar to story so far. Not as much of an early influence, but then they're not new, but just another one I just don't fucking get tired of.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think any of us do either.
No.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the Tillian
band.
album's great.
I have yet to listen to that. That's the one I haven't listened to. I know a lot of people have been talking about it. I actually had somebody comment on Hail the Sun video and said, "Hey, you should check out the Tillian record." So I'll probably wind up doing that eventually. But
I think it's his best full album front to back. Like the last one had like a couple songs on it, but he did something. It sound like it's like psychedelic pop, but played with like through like a rock lens, and there's like a lot of like vintagey kind of like 70s style drum tones on it, but they're playing more like it's just a nice mix. Like it feels like the future and the 70s at the same time.
Yeah, he does a good
cool.
job.
that's what shout outs to my girl Dua Lipa does, future nostalgia. So listen,
yeah.
I love Dua Lipa. I feel kind of similar to Zach. Like I jumped off the pop bandwagon a while ago, but Dua Lipa brought me in, and I love her for that. So shout outs to Dua.
I think some part of it was me. Part of it was also that I think pretty recently pop music has been getting like cool and interesting again.
Yeah.
And like prior to that, what I just call the vocal chop era is like the most boring music of all time to me. Like I heard like a single. My girlfriend and I drove to Raising Cane's last weekend, and we're just like sitting outside, and I heard like a Selena Gomez song from like 2015 or something like that. And no shade to Selena, but I was like, oh my god, like this sounds like a joke. Like it sounds. It was just like it was like a vocal choppy weird, maybe like quasi EDM, but like not cool or interesting EDM in any way.
You.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it just was like, and I think that like I don't know, pop moves in waves. Like that wave is done, thank God. And now people are like, oh, let's make some like rad shit that I don't know. It just got like a vibe, and the new Ariana Grande record has some sick shit. I'd say the new Justin Bieber record's pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
There's like just some cool releases coming out.
I think it's mostly because like a lot of their stuff I think is pulling from like older sounds. Like I know Dua's like big into 80s like pop, so I feel like that's definitely in there. I know like the new Silk Sonic track with Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak. That one's like Motown, so I feel like everything with music, it all comes in waves. So I feel like we're getting that like, hey, we're nostalgic, like The Weeknd's newest record too. Like it's all like 80s pop, like nostalgia shit now, which is I'm totally cool with. As long as, like I said with Zach, I agree with Zach, the vocal chop era, nah, we ain't about that shit.
No.
I really just want like in the early thousands, or somewhere in there, like guitar solos were replaced with rap features.
Yeah.
Which is fine. No problem. But just like, okay, that's what's going to be there. And then sometime in the last like 10 years, they switched over to there was like the EDM vocal chop replaced the rap feature, which replaced the guitar solo. And that's like still kind of in play.
Honestly, it like replaced the chorus. It was like the death of the chorus. For 5
well,
yeah.
No, that's what I would say. That's what recently happened is choruses are now a short pre-chorus, and then there's the hook/drop.
Yeah,
but,
I can hear that. Yeah.
That's the shit I'm talking about that I don't like. Like I feel like now Yeah.
But
well said.
now I'm really hoping like it doesn't have to be guitar, but man, if I heard like a pop track, and there might be one that I'm forgetting, but just like a pop track come out with some instrumental solo, like if I hear a pop track come out with a fucking sax solo anytime soon,
I mean, even like the Justin Bieber track "Peaches," like someone's playing that synth.
Oh,
oh
100%.
yeah,
Like that's nice. That's nice.
Mhm.
I don't. And then the Silk Sonics track. I don't necessarily know if people are playing a lot of that, but it sounds like it. So
yeah.
I would hope
Or
so.
even I mean, 1975 is humming that for me, where there's like
yeah.
instrumental solos in extremely popular music. Although it's not like
Not
I
the
don't think
same.
it's breached the pop charts, but
Yeah,
I
it's
just
not
want it
even that
back.
it's like real or programmed or real instruments or whatever. It's like, I mean, I just was missing the hooks. Like I just felt, it's like when you hear like
Yeah,
a terrible song in like CVS or something, and you're like
Yeah.
mad, and it's stuck in your head. Like it worked, but you're
Yeah.
mad
Yeah.
that it's stuck in your head, and like that, it's like annoying. There's like
Yeah.
that's what that era was. Whereas now I'm like damn, that Position song is fucking good. Like, and I'm just like not gonna fight it. It's just great,
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I stopped fighting the pop train. Like I agree with Zach. Like the whole like Ariana Grande stuff. Like especially just pop now. Like I feel like I've gotten to the point now where I'm done fighting it. Where you just embrace the pop. I feel like
Yeah.
it's a stigma in like heavier music to not enjoy pop music, which I am trying to break. Which
Yeah.
isn't a
Yeah,
bad
I
thing.
think that's quickly going away. Like, or not quickly, but like that's
It's becoming more
it's
talked
now,
about for sure.
and
Uh-huh.
also
Oh
it's
yeah.
I would say even now it's just like the new like oh fuck that's fucking metal or that's tough is like is being like oh yeah you know what I love is Knocked Loose in the 1975
Yeah.
and
That's
fight me
that's
about it.
so,
Like
that's so
I don't
true
give a
though.
fuck, It just it works.
It's the polar opposites. Like it's like you couldn't be
Yeah.
that far off. Yeah, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
That's my life anyway, even before this existed. But yeah.
Yeah.
Like Gio and I were the other day we were working out. We were talking about that like wearing like because pop merch has gotten also like really good. It isn't like souvenir shit anymore.
Yeah.
We were like, dude, like imagine like being a member of Knocked Loose. Like if you're a member of Knocked Loose and on stage you are wearing a Lady Gaga shirt, like that would be
Oh,
the
yeah.
hardest shit
Yep.
ever. Like that would be the toughest thing you could do. Is you know what I mean?
You're just wearing a fucking Monster Ball T-shirt. Yeah.
It's just so like I don't even give a fuck. Like I'm wearing a Lady
Yeah.
Gaga. You know
I
what I mean?
love Lady Gaga.
Yeah, which I do, and you will
Yes.
see me in a Lady Gaga shirt on stage at some point because her shit is great.
It
and
is
her
fire.
merch is fire.
Listen, I want to make a petition for that to happen, guys. You're on the internet, make it happen. I want to see somebody in Knock Loose with like a Lady Gaga shirt. I feel like that would be just hard. I would, and listen, you can say you got it straight from Zach. I'm not gonna take any credit for that. I would love for Zach's dream of a Knock Loose member to wear a Lady Gaga shirt to come around.
Yeah.
But the next question, guys, is a fun one. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
Oh man, do we spoil it?
I mean, you
No.
go from here.
I think we say that. Yo, we've picked a 6th song to cover, but let's just choose again.
There you go. I like that.
Let's not. Yeah, we're gonna put out a cover.
Wipe the
in a
slate
bit,
clean.
Which is gonna be great.
About 3 seconds before I opened up Google Chrome to join this, I just put the finishing touches on a cover demo for something that will whatever. We're not gonna spoil it. You'll hear about it.
Yeah.
It's something we've talked about previously. It's somebody we've talked about previously. Okay, I know my answer because it's one I just want to do. It's Kid Charlemagne by Steely Dan.
Amazing.
Ooh,
Ooh.
nice.
That's a really really good one.
I like that.
I feel like that'd be crazy, and like if we made it still pretty true to the original, but like I also mostly just want to play that fucking guitar solo because it's the best guitar solo of all time.
That's
I would.
very
I
true.
would. That's yeah.
It's one of the most outrageous shits in the world.
In my opinion.
It would be a 1975 song. It would either could be somebody else, could be Love Me, could be Love It If We Made It.
Ooh, somebody else.
Yeah, I will be forcing us to do a 1975 cover.
I would
Probably
love
somebody
to
else.
do that.
As
It doesn't
fast
seem
as
too
possible.
hard. I feel like everybody seems on board with that.
Yeah.
I I think we could do this. I really want to do "Build Me Up, Buttercup," the classic Motown song. Why do you
I would
build me up,
so be down
buttercup,
with that.
baby, just to let me down, let me down. And there's the background, there's the
The
vocals.
three of us do the background. Did you sing lead?
Exactly, dude.
Oh yeah,
I think
I'd
that
be
would.
about that.
I think that would go really hard. think that'd
I
be a
love
blast.
that. I
These are all
love
great
that.
ideas.
These are great ideas, guys. If you
I'm
want
down
to see,
execute immediately.
you need to vote on which one you would like to see the most. Maybe they'll wind up doing it, or if you have another suggestion, drop them in the comments. I'm sure they'll check them
yes,
out,
please.
and maybe who knows, might wind up being a cover song. But
So, Brandon, I have a question for you.
sure thing.
So what what would you be your if we like put out a bunch of covers? Not like 3, let's say. 2 to 3 maybe.
Okay.
Over the course of like let's pre LP2 or something.
Okay.
Is that whack or is that cool?
I like it. I'm a big cover fan because like if I don't know the band right and like if I shout outs to shows, I miss shows so much. But like if I saw you guys at a show and like you were just like a local band or something like that and you're trying to fill time, like I'm just like, you know what cover song do I feel like they would rock with, right? And I think it's always interesting to me, like from my perspective, like I know my music can seem pretty abrasive to I would imagine most people. And so if I had to kind of give somebody like a window into like my music, but like in their terms, like a song that they know, like I feel like a cover song is just the perfect way to do it. Cause like if a band can really like put their mark or their stamp on a song and it's able to translate not only like the song that they're covering, but also like their music that they make, I think if they hit that perfect like threshold of shit, then like for me I always been on the cover bandwagon. I know like some people are like, yeah, I'm in a band, I don't like doing covers, fuck covers suck, you know, like, and I feel like you're totally missing out on the whole point of a cover, which is like a way for you to show your musicality in the way of like a song that you love. Who's not gonna love that? I think, you know, I'm only one person, but that's how I would imagine it to be.
No, I
couldn't
think,
agree more with that.
Yeah, I agree with that too. I think they're cool. I think you get into trouble people do when they like try to come up in the cover world and then transition into originals, and like you build your audience like where you build your audience. Like if you know, I feel like people always. I think it's become like maybe a stigma too. For so many times, like just being a producer, someone's like, "Oh, I want to work like we're gonna make a cover." Like, like that's cool. I'm down. But when it's not like, "Yo, I want to cover fucking Kid Charlemagne or something," and then like they're stoked that's gonna be sick, and it's kind of like, yeah, I gotta do a cover, you know, content. It's just like make a song, bro. Like people, that's gonna do way more for you. So I don't know.
100%. I also like I know I always rag on Our Last Night for like doing a bunch of covers, but like, you know, you figure what that does for them like as a band. Like I don't even think about it from like the musicality perspective. Like they do whatever they want, but I think like in terms of like
print money.
They're just printing money. Like that's just easy shit. Like you figure somebody's like, man, I really wish that this Weekend song was heavier, and then like there's like a million and ass covers of that Weekend song, you know. And so like if I feel like if you're gonna, you know, like gonna build it, people are gonna find it, that kind of shit. Like I feel like that's the same thing with covers. Like you're only helping yourself out by putting a cover out, and especially if it's genuine, like you fucking love that song, I'm gonna be like, damn, I love this band now because they're like fucking stoked on this. Like I'm gonna make a joke, but like they're stoked on that Nickelback track that, you know, they did a cover of. You know, like horrible, you know, reference, but you know,
I would low key fucking do a Nickelback or Creed cover.
Dude,
I would do that. That's so funny to me.
Spanish Love Songs did that. They did "How You Remind Me" for their Patreon. For their Patreon. And I literally subscribed to the Patreon just so I could hear it, and it's so fucking good.
It slaps, right?
But it makes you realize you're like, damn, Nickelback is fucking dope. Other than Chad Kroger's voice, like the songs rip. Like they're such good songwriters, but when you hear his voice, you're like, fuck, I can't.
I don't know.
At least me personally.
I feel like he gets through. I was talking about this at my job. Like I was just like, they're like, man, like. I was just like, I don't know why people get, you know, shit on Nickelback all the time. I was just like, you know who's a band you should shit on? Imagine Dragons. They're like Nickelback. They're like a worse version of Nickelback. They're like if you went to the dollar store and you found Nickelback, that's in an Imagine Dragons record, and I don't care
Oh,
if I throw
man.
them under the bus. Like they are so bad.
I feel like the Nickelback thing. I think what it's just that it's like Chad energy, not like, and it's
Not
also
actual
funny that
Chad. It is also
yeah,
Chad.
it is like Chad energy and like the Chad versus Virgin thing, but it
That's
also
fair.
is Chad Kroger energy. But it's just funny that those sync up.
It's
I
too.
think that's probably why. But
That's fair. It's
yeah, but
Chad
they are
squared.
yeah,
Oh my god, yes.
There we go.
Amazing.
It's
Guys.
so real.
Let's make that reality. Chad squared. That's a real thing. If you like
Chad
Nickelback and your
squared.
name's Chad, you're Chad squared now. But next question, guys. Obviously, we're talking the virality of like cover songs. You guys are like blowing up on the whole TikTok thing. What did I mean? Obviously, I am not. I'm old as fuck, so like I check out TikToks, or mainly my girlfriend watches a lot of TikToks, and I just happen to watch what she watches. But like, what inspired you guys to like hop on the whole TikTok thing? I feel like a lot of bands are doing that, but like, what kind of separates you guys from what you do? Because like I've followed you guys on like TikTok and stuff, and I'm like, man, they got some spicy content that I like, you know? Like it's not some like bullshit like, oh yeah, we're on TikTok and I'm just gonna do like the latest trend thing. It does feel like you guys are like being like really genuine about it. You're being methodical.
I think it was a lot of work.
Yeah, it feels like it is.
Probably more work than it takes now to make a TikTok. It was a lot of work because it was not a platform I knew about until the band needed me to know about it. You know what I mean? Like
I feel, yeah.
And then the same thing happened to me. Like my girlfriend had it, and she just started sending me stuff, and the platform rips. The TikTok is really, really good. Once you train it to like give you the stuff that you want to see and whatnot, which helped, and then just like I started seeing a few inspiring posts, mostly just from people who I just felt were genuinely sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of it was fucking nobody sharing their fucking nobody stuff, and the world just decided that it loved it, and some of it was like the lead singer of Trash Boat showing off his Blink-182 shirt. And my girlfriend showed me, and she didn't even realize it was the guy from Trash Boat, and it was just like, and the world loved it, and I was like, okay, so like he's not like doing a trend, like maybe if he wanted to he would, but like he's just showing you like he would show a friend, like look at this sick ass t-shirt, and it's 15 seconds long, and once the goal became, do that, just share your thing. I think it's becoming easier to not only to share our music and stuff, but which I want to do, but just share our life and our the things that we love. And
yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of bullshit there, obviously, but it's very genuine, and I think it accesses what people actually want from bands, and bands need to like, whether they use TikTok or not, and they should, but people just want to fucking like know you. They want to hear your stories. They want to for me, I'd be like, dude, I would fucking love if I could know more about all of the people that like that I grew up with, or that if I was like 16 and I could just like hit up Aaron Gillespie and just be like, dude, like, how did you guys like do that? Like, how'd you, like, and not, maybe I couldn't directly ask him or something, but it was still like, I could see like a breakdown video of like, yo, you guys like the snare tone on fucking whatever song? Like, well, here's how we got it. And it's like, I think like that's what people want. Like, they don't, especially in rock, like everybody is so trying to like be a professional and like, time to announce the announcement and like all this shit. It's like, dude, nobody cares. Just like put your phone up. It doesn't have to look like a fucking masterpiece. Do a thing. And like, it's honestly, that's weird for us. It's like that doesn't come naturally to any of us.
Oh,
Like,
I know.
Like when we made this stupid ass thing the other day for May the 4th, where it's a song that Brian wrote called Knights of Ren, where it's, I don't know if you,
it was great. 10 out of 10 top tier shit. Go check it out.
Thank you.
It was like honestly a nightmare to put together, and we were all like getting like, it started out really fun, and they were all getting like pissed at each other, and then we just eventually did it, and it's like, dude, whatever. Like, but like it took that whole like beginning to end. I like walked over at 11:30. Brian and I were recording it in Brian's room, and there's like, we're doing it, and the whole thing was done by one. And it was like at that point, I didn't care if it can work or not. It was like, cool. I think this is funny. I think my people might think this is funny. And if it doesn't work, then it's just like, all right, whatever. It wasn't like this massive undertaking and like thousands of dollars went into this like boring video that somebody made or something, you know, or boring music video or something. And it's just like that's what people want. They don't need to go see you play in a warehouse or something. Just like be yourself, whatever that is. Even if it's serious and fucked up and weird, like just got to be authentic. And I don't know. And I think TikTok especially is like a great place for it because it algorithmically rewards that, you know.
Yeah, I feel like your guys' content seems like so organic. Like that's what I think I like the most about it is like whenever, and it's the same thing. Like I think I find a lot of like kinship to like your guys' like TikTok because like that's what I want to do here on the channel, which is like have people be themselves and like have a good time and just kind of like just us as friends just shooting the shit, like just chatting. Like if we were all in the same room and we're all just fucking chatting about music or whatever, or life or and shit like that. And like I think TikTok does a great job of doing that. I probably have to start getting on the bandwagon a little bit more and stuff like that. And I felt like the real band dude is like, have an announcement, making an announcement for this announcement, but it's an announcement. It's coming like this date. And then like that was literally the last video I ever did. And then now I have to like get back into the grind of doing it. But like it's cool because it feels like as most genuine as possible. And like I also just love the fact that like, you know, bands just do it just to be like, hey, like this is how we are in real life. Like this, we just do some dumb fucking shit and it's great, you know, like whether you like it or not is besides the point. But like if you hope, you know, like we enjoy doing it, so maybe you guys might enjoy seeing it, you know.
Yeah, I mean if you're like making shit and like enough to like post like every day or every other day or something, it's like whatever you start out with, like however you conceptualize what you want to make, like eventually like you can't keep that up forever, especially if it's not genuine. Like it's easiest just to like be yourself. And I mean that translates to everything that like even goes like back to the lyrics on the album. A lot of it's just like that was my biggest struggle, was just feeling like I was a liar in like what I was doing in my life, and like kind of having to be like being in like a meeting in a record label and they're like playing a song by an artist and they're like, and the song's like terrible, and I'm just like, I couldn't be like, yo, this is bad. Like I had to like internalize that and like push it down, and you know, or whatever, just like playing that whole game. Like I've realized recently I'm a terrible liar. I just have to like let it out all the time and whatever. I mean, it's just, you know, that's just that whole thing.
Yeah, like it does. Like I feel that like entirely. The people are like, oh, what do you? They're like, if I like make a comment and I'm like, oh man, like I thought this shit was really good, and they're like, well, you had all those guys, you had good terms on here, so like obviously you're gonna like be like, yeah, they're good shit, because like you wouldn't say that like in a normal like fashion shit.
That's the other thing is that people say whack shit in online comments.
Yeah, it's so true.
And every time I just have to remind myself that like, yo, I don't say whack shit in comments, and I don't get it. I don't relate to people that do. So what do I want out of this comment? Like, just gotta let it slide. Just gotta like do my thing. Yeah. And honestly, it helps me know that like, okay, at least I'm doing something. Like, it's probably original. I'm not like out here trying to pander or something.
Oh, 100%.
And not to be too judgmental, but those people that that say that shit should just either, if they're a musician and they're talking shit about somebody, they just go pick up your instrument and write a fucking song or something.
Yeah.
Put your energy where it should be, and then you'll realize like, oh, actually, this thing maybe not be the best or might not be for me, but I don't care because I'm just doing my own thing, and that makes me happy.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you think our music has a whiny voice, or it needs more guitar solos. Like, that's fine. Like, let us do our thing, man. But you just go do that. You can do that. Yeah. That's what the record's about, actually. Like, if you feel like you're in a world where you can't do the thing you need to do, you actually can. You know, it's okay.
I just thought it was funny that that was literally the irony of the whole album, and they completely missed the point. Like, it was just like the point was here, and then it just like went like that. Like, to me is the most quintessential thing, is if some person is just like, here's the point, and then now it's completely over my head, and now I have no idea. You know, like
That's
that record is
communicating
written
the
for you. You know, so listen, don't be an idiot like that. So. Shout outs to the haters, you know, but haters make
We
me
love
famous.
Honestly, we even with all the ad shit, I've been surprised with how little hate we get. The only time recently, honestly the one thing was we started we like originally just were advertising to English speaking countries, and then recently we were like, oh, we'll hit it to other places, like we maybe tap that, and all these dudes in Italy, which I'm Italian, so I'm gonna say this because like fuck them. And I know that Brendan Murphy like fucking hates Italy, and he's obviously vocal about it because he's Brendan Murphy. But
yeah, he's vocal about everything.
Yeah, of course. But I'm like, oh, I get it. Yeah, okay. Just like weird, especially because we have a feminine side to all of us that we just don't. We are happy to show because we are authentic and we don't give a fuck. And just a lot of like cringy weird dudes with like skull rings being like, why aren't they wearing leather jackets and like wrist cuffs and you know,
why are you guys bouncing around in tie-dye sweatsuits hitting each other with pillows? Like, what did you want, a truck pull? Fuck.
Yeah,
They want you to do like they want your next music video should be like in the setting of like a strongman competition, you know.
Which
honestly, Gio would love that.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny.
Honestly, that would be
pretty.
That would be honestly a fucking hilarious music.
Let's do it, guys. Woo! Let's make it a reality. Let's go. Manifest, baby. Let's next good
like an ironic gym promo.
Yeah, do it. Just
with like slow motion, like Ivan like wiping.
Yeah,
sweat
just do
from
that.
his brow
Do
or
that. There you go. Yeah. Just have like you like pick up the weights,
Amazing.
and they're like 5-pound weights, and you're just like, oh, like they're just like.
do you watch Marvel stuff?
Oh, 100. I love Marvel stuff. Yeah.
All right. So like have you seen Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yes.
Like the end of episode 5, or like the kind of like training montage that was honestly, like, maybe like a
Yes,
a little much. Honestly, dude, we should just maybe do a training montage.
Just do a training montage.
Yes, dude.
We
That was
talked
the
about
original
this.
idea for Turning Point.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Of course.
It was basically like a Rocky training.
Yes,
montage.
please. Oh,
But that's the whole video.
oh, I would be so about it. Have
Yeah,
one
that
of
was
you
the-
have one of
was the
you eat like the
original
raw eggs, you know, just like gulp down some like
Oh
raw
my
eggs.
God.
Yeah,
Dude,
maybe just
fine,
get,
baby.
gets like increasingly more psychotic throughout or something. Like
No, it just
Yeah.
gets increasingly more like toxic masculinity, you know.
yeah, exactly.
You just like put like creatine in your cup, you just eat it raw. Like
Yeah.
you just take the scoop from the creatine powder and just like, oh, great guys.
And then
Great work.
The end of the video is the subject, probably me, who's doing the training. After the entire video training montage, be like, "Ah, fuck this," and then just like sitting on the couch eating 5 minutes.
I love it.
Hey man, nope.
You
That's
should be like shout outs to Italy and then just close out the video.
Or we could
Sounds
just make this
yeah.
like hyper masculine, like aggro shit,
Yeah.
and then maybe at the end we all just like kiss on the lips. Or something.
Dude, honestly, I'm down for that. It's so
Do that.
Or-
Oh, that's even better.
4 straight men just kissing.
Just for that would be
ironic.
oh, that would be on point. I love that. On brand, guys. Let's do it. I want to make
That would
shout
be great.
if anybody from Italy's watching, I'm sure they're a little bit better than the 40-year-old dudes with skull rings and leather
my
vests,
God.
you know, whatever.
Yeah.
There's some good people in Italy somewhere. But
Oh no, certainly. Certainly.
the next question, guys, is a fun one, ironically enough, about food. What is your favorite food to eat, guys?
Oh no.
Mhm.
Oh man. Breakfast.
Ooh, okay.
That's how I'm gonna answer that question.
Do you have any specifics, Brian?
Dude, let's just talk about breakfast real quick. Let's talk
Okay.
about all the reasons that I said breakfast.
Okay, let's
First
rock.
of all,
I'm ready.
Run it.
First of all, there's coffee,
You're right.
which could have been the whole thing
Oh,
itself, right?
Right.
Starting
right.
strong.
Amen. Yes.
I drink iced lattes. That's why I just milk and espresso and ice. I love that, and I love other coffees too, but that's just what I like to drink. So we got that. Let's talk about bagels.
Oh,
Mhm.
you're right.
Quick
You're right.
morning. You don't have time, but you want something warm, dude. Bagel and cream cheese. Dude, let's talk about sugary cereals.
Oh, you're right. You're right. You're
If
right.
you still haven't gotten your shit together, like this is a breakfast for you. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. and
And
then
if you
then-
really haven't got your shit together, this is the dessert for you.
That's true. You're right.
Or just the whole ass dinner, which is
Yeah.
what I'm doing tonight, honestly, because I'm out of food, and it's either go to John's and buy stuff or eat the Raisin Bran on my shelf. And
then-
Yeah,
and
eat
then
the
if
Raisin
you're-
Bran, bro.
And then if you're my roommate Ivan, breakfast can mean a full fucking steak and eggs and avocado
No.
with mushrooms.
Oh man, I'm
and-
coming
Dude.
over, Ivan.
Oh, dude,
I'm
I
coming
can
over.
Ivan can cook.
cook.
Dude.
I
Like-
know. I saw, man. I was like, I'm also a home cook, so I was vibing hella
Oh,
hard
amazing.
when
Fuck
I was
yeah.
like, I'm not gay, but I would definitely go gay for Ivan.
huge
Yeah.
Ivan.
These are some of
element.
my like.
Oh my god! What the fuck? Yo, you go
That was
in.
awesome.
You go
So
way
sick,
way in.
Uh,
I'm gonna find something now because now
Oh,
I
this,
feel
this was a when they're like, oh, this is a healthy part of your balanced breakfast. I don't know if this is balanced, but this is like
holy
just
shit.
like-
Oh.
Oh,
just I don't know. I like taking pictures of food.
I feel
Yeah.
I feel.
The shit bangs.
This is what I think. This is what I don't know if it'll show up on camera. This is what I made recently
Yep.
with some
Woo.
chicken
Yeah,
tacos.
Boy.
Oh,
Those look fantastic.
some shredded chicken tacos. Oof, rocking.
Love it.
Ivan, you never answered that. What's your favorite food to eat?
Yeah.
Dude, I had this revelation the other day where I realized that anything like this is steak. Like, I was like, oh, dude, no, it's pizza. No, dude, no, it's sushi. It's like, dude, it's fucking steak, man. Like,
Yeah,
like,
that's
it
if
is
we
steak
just
for this
if we
guy.
just go back to this, do you know how many of these are steak? That's
All of 'em.
steak.
We
That's-
gotta go
there's-
zoom in.
Are you just
Yeah,
showing the
yeah,
same?
your
Are you
shit's a
just
lo-
showing the same photo all the time? Yeah. Oh my god.
Like,
Oh my.
Oh, that was
God.
was that a beef
Thanksgiving?
Wellington? Oh,
yeah, beef Wellington,
oh.
and then just that's steak.
Be careful
That's
swiping,
steak.
dude. Some might
No,
come
this
up.
is all food, dog.
This is all food.
Yeah.
I just have a folder full of food.
Ivan and I
I thought
share.
it's called food.
Oh, you
Oh,
made a
that's
folder?
great.
That
That's
rocks.
great.
Honestly,
That's a-
kudos to you for the fucking organization. I
Yeah.
respect that.
Yeah,
Um,
Ivan and I share a freezer, and it's just full of pre-seasoned steaks ready to be made.
Listen, that sounds like a great roommate. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, if I
Dude, he is
open
a
up,
great roommate. Today I had cinnamon buns through no action of my own. It was so
That-
great, dude.
oh, MVP, MVP.
Yeah.
Dear Jesus,
Food is my favorite fucking food.
Zach,
Yeah,
what do you
mine-
got?
Mine, I
Meal prep.
Pasta.
Whatever's meal prep.
If it's
Honestly,
not
yeah,
spicy bolognese,
I'm,
fuck
I'm,
it.
a, I'm, a, I'm a big meal prepper, honestly.
Okay, okay.
That's like, that's actually my answer.
That's
Just
whatever's-
meal prep.
Because it's
No, well,
quick and
that's-
it's
that's-
high quality.
my I just the food that if I were to like last meal type shit, dude, it's just spicy bolognese. It's just
I
a
fucking
uh,
knew it. It is
it's
not
a-
spicy
it's a
bolognese.
it's a fettuccine bolognese specifically made by my, I don't know what he is, his relation to me. I call him my uncle, but he's not really my uncle. He's
feel-
like
I know what
technically
you're
my
talking about.
cousin or something.
Yeah.
He's big. I have a big Italian family, whatever. Yeah, it would be my uncle Zil Ignacio's fettuccine bolognese. That is fucked up good.
Can confirm
Ivan
it's
can
outrageous.
attest. Yeah, just
Oof.
some homemade noodle. Yeah, whatever. I mean, but dude, honestly, I just like noodles. Like even like some stir fry udon shit. Like that's up there too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, my girlfriend and I just went to the H Mart where she lives, and I picked up some dried ramen because I'm all about the ramen train. But
Hell yeah.
I realized that I can make like sushi hand rolls now, so I bought some like seaweed.
Oh.
I bought some seaweed, dude. Like there's this. I'll have to go get the brand after we're done with this, but that brand is seaweed fire. It's so good.
Damn.
It's so
Wow.
good. So I made like a sushi hand roll thing with like some like breaded shrimps and like a Korean style like barbecue sauce.
Ooh.
And I was literally video chatting my girlfriend, and I think I was having an orgasm while I
Yeah,
was video
that's
chatting
wow.
her. I was just like, this is probably the best thing I've ever made, and she was just like, please make it for me when I come over, and I was like, you got it.
Amazing.
So
Nice.
because
I
I
do
want to
that,
eat it again.
But with Zach,
What do you say?
I do that, but with Zach.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
texted him the other day. I said, "Hey man, you gotta come over here. I think this is some of the best food I've ever made."
I think it was.
And it was a
actually.
steak. It's another
Guess what the
steak.
fuck it was, dog?
Woo!
Dude, it was a steak sandwich, but
Oh.
he made what did you make? Describe the gravy. That
Yeah,
was
tell
really,
me,
like, the
tell me,
key
Ivan. I
component.
need the skills.
So we had like the nice artisanal like sandwich roll,
Got to start out with
and
the bread.
then
You got to.
and then there was a little bit of mayo, a little bit of honey, like Grey Poupon, Dijon.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
And that was
Fancy.
the base for it. And then we have the steak that's pre-seasoned, pre-salted, salt and pepper. Let it sit, baby. And then cook that. Once that was like nice and medium rare, take that shit off the pan, leave the pan as is, and throw in your butter. Oh no, the butter was already in there because
You got based it. Yeah, I was gonna say.
You
Yeah.
had some like crazy butter that you got though.
I didn't use it for that one. I have ghee for my sister, and I also have a
Oh.
shitload of duck fat.
Ooh, some
which is,
duck fat. Yeah.
You know,
Why
I
not?
think it was duck fat used, but I could be wrong.
And so then after you're done basting, take your pan out or take your steak out and throw in a bunch of shallots and garlic. Just let that all marinate,
Oof.
and then from there, once those were all caramelized, then you know a little bit of flour, a little bit of chicken stock, get that shit bubbling, and then set that on. Put the steak down on the bread. Put that gravy, or no, then you put some cheddar jack. Oh, that's what I used. It's so good. Cheddar jack on top of the steak, and then a little bit of that gravy. And the gravy wasn't like this like heavy, overpowering like fuck. It was just like it was basically what I wanted was
Brian.
I wanted a sauce
Oh, this is so terrible.
that
This is so
didn't
rough.
leave the sandwich. So you have a sauce that doesn't run off the sandwich like an
Oh.
au jus would. You know, like a steak dip. It's like no.
Oh,
What
And
am I gonna
dude,
do after this?
I know.
I have made it now 3 times since I first made it,
Oh,
and
shit.
it keeps being so good.
that
I'm,
sounds delicious.
Yeah.
I'm really about to listen to all of that and then go eat a whole ass bowl of raisin bran.
Get your salvo out like fucking.
Oh my god. Oh man. Well, guys, if you are salivating like I am, I don't know. Maybe eventually at some point, Ivan and I will have to meet up when touring resumes, and who
Yeah.
knows? Maybe there might be a cooking episode on the channel. We're gonna have
Yes.
to come up with some shit because
We'll do some Bobby Flay shit.
some
yeah.
Bobby Flay like throwdown shit, you know. So
Where are you located?
I'm located in New Jersey, so I am on the complete opposite side of
Whereabouts?
it. Well, I'm not trying to get doxxed, but
Oh,
I'll tell you after.
You're not in L.A., which
I
is,
am for
which
sure
is
not
really
in
the
LA.
main question.
Yes, I am not in
Um,
Los Angeles, but yeah, if I ever come out to LA, we're gonna have to have a cook off
yeah.
or some shit.
Well,
My
yeah,
God.
come through.
Oh, yeah.
We'll cook for you or something.
That'd
for sure.
be that's what I'm really hoping Audio Addiction just morphs off to is just a cooking show. Like I've had so many people come on and like I've met some other bands that like also cook like hardcore, and I'm just like, yo, what if I just like made a series about like people that like are in bands that cook, and then we can just talk about cooking and like band shit, and then we can eat. And like that's like real flex, you know. Like every band that I used like when I used to stay with my parents and lived in my parents' place, I used to have bands like come through on tour, and I used to make them breakfast every morning. So you know, the morning they were there, yeah. I feel like I don't want to say that I want to toot myself on the back, but like I feel like I made some pretty bang up breakfasts. So
No,
Fuck
the,
yeah.
the scene knows you for that for sure.
Yeah, we'll trade you. We'll take you up on that, and then you come out here. We'll hook you up too.
there we
If
go.
we got
There
to
we
the
go.
point where I was just songwriting, and then on tour I just was the cook, I would be fine with that.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Like just the tour chef, and but he writes like he's in the band,
But he also
he
cooks.
no longer plays on stage. He just like on stage he's just cooking.
Because it cuts into his cooking time.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair.
I
Honestly,
would genuinely be fine with that.
honestly, it would be really cool if you guys like did a live show and you just had, instead of Ivan was playing guitar, you just have him like running a walk in the back.
There's a band that a
Thumbosaurus.
friend of ours we're homies with, Rocknoceros.
Oh, Rocknoceros, not Thumbosaurus.
Oh no, it is Thumbosaurus.
Is Rocknoceros not a real band?
No. I know what it is. I'm gonna roast Ivan. It's the children's band from Northern Virginia that plays that plays like outdoor shows.
Rocknoceros is.
Oh
hey,
my
here's
god!
the thing: if you're gonna have a music pun with dinosaurs, I'm not gonna differentiate.
No, they
That's
rip.
fair.
No, they Rocknoceros absolutely fucking shreds.
So Thumbosaurus has on stage a guy who every show that I've seen makes pancakes.
What?
He has a griddle, an electric griddle, and there's horn players over here, and there's drummer back there, and he's making pancakes on stage.
That's wild.
And there's something to it. Fuck with.
I would just go.
He literally takes them and we'll just toss them out into the ground. And it kind of
How did I not hear about this? This is great. I love it.
The band is awesome.
The
Thumbosaurus.
band is also
Okay.
fantastic.
All right, Thumbosaurus. Shout outs to you guys. I'm trying to get some free pancakes out in this.
Dude,
Hell yeah.
So the last tour that I did was Ivan and I both work in touring, and it was with mine was with the Game of Thrones touring orchestra in the fall
Wow.
2019.
Very
But
cool.
our guy that it was like our Live Nation rep from it. He had just previously toured with Korn and Alice in Chains on that
Oh, very cool.
thing that they did, whatever. And he was saying that, and Under Oath was one of the supports for it. And he said that Aaron Gillespie is apparently exactly what you just described. Like on every off day, he just like when they don't have catering, he just like everyone's in the same hotel or whatever. He just like sets up camp and just makes like grills all fucking day, like from whatever grill they like carry around on the bus. And he's like,
That is my
and they just like
plan.
they just chill and eat food straight from that. And it's like, I'm like, that's gonna be Ivan.
Yep. I can't fucking wait.
That sounds sick. Let's do it, guys. We could talk about this forever, but we're gonna move it on to the next question, guys, which is if you guys were to have a dream collaboration, who would you want to have featured on an up and coming Good Terms record?
Oh, jeez. What a question.
Wow.
Oh, okay. You gotta give us a sec for that one.
I can't believe I haven't thought of that.
Yeah, no, just like the top level. Like, who would you want to do it with?
Honestly, I would say Tillian.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Because we're talking about a feature, right? So we're
Yeah.
erring toward the side of vocal feature because that's how you're going to maximize a feature. That being said, for a band without a drummer, Aaron Gillespie, come on through.
Yeah,
that's-
yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's a really good one.
So-
wow.
So I would say Aaron Gillespie drum feature or a Tillian vocal feature because I'm trying to think about like there are so many people who I would love to like have for vocals on a track, but I'm trying to think about who would complement Kid as, like the best.
Yeah.
And so like have a different flavor, and I think like that would be fucking sick because Tillian can just do things that fucking no one else can and just go be up here all day. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's my answer.
Yeah. Zach, do you have one?
I'm thinking of one. If you have one, go for it.
Dude,
Oh,
you have it? What is it?
He's got
can
one.
I hand you one? Can I hand you one?
Yeah, sure.
Oh.
John Mess.
Oh, I was gonna say that. Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. Honestly,
John
we sick
fucking Mess.
if we could have both of them.
Yeah.
Oof, yeah.
Yeah, but, like, dude.
I don't even have to sing
I
necessarily.
know. I have my answer. I got it.
All right, Zach,
What is
what do
it,
you got?
Zach? What is
I
it?
bet you
Shoot.
I know what it's gonna be.
Phoebe Bridgers.
Ooh, my girl. I love her. Shouts to Phoebe
Yeah.
Bridges. She's
that
great.
would be crazy, dude.
That would be hard. I'd like that.
My other
Damn,
one
dude.
was gonna be Bill Murray.
Oof,
That would
I
be
could.
really
Don't
fucking
worry,
sick.
would be cool.
Johnny,
Damn.
He doesn't
the
seem.
boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with Bill Murray. I was about to go down a train of thought that I'm not going to. I'm trying to think of who else. Who would be like ultimate screamer to have? I guess John Mess.
John Mess. John Mess.
Yeah, John Mess.
John
Yeah.
Mess.
And honestly, though,
John Mess.
we haven't asked him, and but we should. But our close friend boy Sam Laponis
Yep.
from Marked Life, who was a very sick extremely heavy band from
Yeah.
Great.
Arizona.
That needs to happen and will soon.
And yeah.
Oh, you know them? You're
Yes, I
familiar?
love. I checked. I like Mark Life. They're great.
Yeah. they're
Oh,
fucking dope.
dude, Sam. Yeah, he actually did our
Yeah,
music
Sam
videos
does our
recently.
videos.
And I'm in another rock band with him, and he's just insane vocalist, and we will do something with him. That would be
Sam, make
so
it happen.
sick.
Yeah, we're working on some LP2 shit, or we have been. That's like extremely heavy. Like maybe we can't use it for good terms heavy, but we're working on making it work. But it should probably be one of those.
But I'll honestly, to be honest, like this is maybe a boring answer, but the people I want to collaborate most are the 3 other guys in the band,
That
and
facts.
Aaron Gillespie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Aaron Gillespie.
But like I just feel like coming together to make this album was a lot of work, and we didn't necessarily have all the time, the creative time that we would have had otherwise. And
Sure.
like, there's still so much more I want to do.
Yep.
With these guys, I mean, I'd love to. Anybody who's cool that wants to work with us, I would never turn it down, obviously. But like, I'm having trouble coming up with an answer because I'm honestly just like, well, if we get Gio to get some of his like sound design, like artsy shit, that would be really cool. And if like Zach has like all this like understanding of heavy music that like I don't really, and Ivan has all this like songwriting, ethereal, like feeling based world that I'm not like as in tune with, and we all just have, and I'm a huge AC/DC fan, so I have that going for me. Like we all just have these like things that I'm just so excited. Like I wonder what that would be like to work with more.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
That was such a wholesome answer.
Yeah, kind of
melting up right now.
and
Really
boring and
killing it.
whatnot. But
No,
like,
but
I mean,
honestly, I feel exactly the same way. It's true.
yeah, like I would not want one of my guys to have to be silenced so that John Mess could come. John, honestly, no. Like it'd be sick. It'd be sick if we could work with my guys.
There we go.
These are my guys.
Yeah, even on this record, there wasn't a time that all 4 of us were in the same room with no thing and went, "What are we gonna do?" Like there was always like a first riff or like a song that we were like that had lyrics, melody, and we were kind of producing it or whatever. But like, yeah, I think we actually did that kind of recently for an LP2 song.
Nice.
And we didn't get super far with it. We just sort of had like the first session for it, and that's like already one of my favorite good terms sessions.
Yeah.
And the song might not go anywhere. I mean, I think it's currently I like where it is, but we'll see the song's own journey, whatever. But
yeah,
that was just like, oh fuck, dude, like I get to do this with these guys, like shit. This is great.
That's definitely how that felt.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Well, I mean, that is very. Listen, I'm all about the wholesome answer here. That was great. I mean, you couldn't have said it best. But guys, if you want to hear any of these sick collaborations, I mean, I'm a little biased. I love Bill Murray, so I feel like Johnny Mess. Come on, let's go, Johnny Mess and Johnny and John and John, because Johnny from Bill Murray and John Mess
Johnny
from
Frank.
Johnny Frank. If that happened, I feel like that would be bonkers. But like if you guys want to hear any of these collaborations, you got to go onto your phone, you type in twitter.com, and then you type in good terms, whatever their Twitter handle is, and then you tag John Mess, you tag Johnny Frank, and you tag Phoebe Bridgers, and you say collab ? And then I think that's a legally binding contract. I am not a legal expert, but I'd imagine that's how it goes. In the music industry.
If they retweet, that's it.
If they retweet, it means they're in. The DM has already been sent. The missiles have been launched. So if you want to make that happen, we just manifesting the shit. So listen, they're already working on the file now. The song's gonna be out soon. So you want to hear it. So
amazing.
I have one more answer to add because we don't deserve it, but it's kind of realistic. It could be real. It could possibly be real. Which is with our fucking homies in Muna.
Oh yeah.
That would be some next level shit. That again we don't deserve, but that would be tight.
There we go, and also tag Muna. Get it on. Let's make it happen. Dream collab team. Let's make it work, guys. But the next question is: you guys play a lot of different instruments, but if there was another one you could master, what would it be?
Saxophone.
Drums.
Ooh, okay.
Oh, you guys had those so quick. Okay, trombone.
I just know the answer.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I like
trombone.
Brian. I like Brian's answer. That was tight. I'm
I
feeling
have a
that.
trombone. I have a trombone in the garage that I'm not very good at, and I have my trumpet right around here that I'm also not very good at. But yeah, but trombone would be sick.
There we go, guys.
Zach kind of has mastered drums, just not in real time.
I can't actually use my limbs to play them, but my brain.
Your brain
He
can
did,
figure it
he
out.
did
In our-
write like 90% of the drums record of the record's drums.
All of those instruments are here. We don't have a saxophone here. If we had a saxophone here, man,
That'd be tough.
intense.
We got to get some sax on some tracks. That would
I
be
love
crazy.
sax.
I would be
so
about
much.
that. I'd be about
Yeah.
that, guys.
We gotta get a horn section.
They're gonna be a ska band next. Their next album is gonna be a ska album. It's gonna be like Streetlight Manifesto shit.
Wait,
you know.
wait.
We
don't
promise
quote-
it
don't quote us
will.
on
I
that.
don't know about that.
You might look like a ska band, but
I kid, but unless you want to hear a ska track from Good Terms, I mean, the likelihood of that happening is a questionable thing, but
I might throw something on TikTok, but
Yo, there's a
they'll be looking to Spotify for it.
there's this band you got to check out that we were on like a little like stream with. It was like kind of like a band showcase thing.
sure.
They're like metalcore mixed with ska. They're called Sorry Sweetheart. It's
Oh yeah.
honestly, it's worth a listen. I was laughing hysterically listening to it, and like I mean that in the absolute best way. Like they just nailed it. The guy went on, he's like, "Yeah, we're like metalcore mixed with ska," and the hosts were like, "What?" and then they're like,
That's
"Dude,
what I
don't even."
said.
Yeah, and then they played, it and they're like, "Dude, you're right. It is metalcore mixed with ska." Like you
And
said
it
it
works.
perfectly.
Oh,
Yeah,
don't
it's so
worry.
funny.
We'll listen to him on stream, guys. Come follow me
Yeah.
on Twitch. We'll have to
Hell yeah.
do it. I'll have to get the Good Terms guys to watch it because I'm probably gonna flip out because I would be like, "What the fuck, man? What is this?" Like, but also at the same time, I'll be so stoked on it. It'll blow my
Oh
mind.
yeah.
Next question, guys, is my personal favorite because I am a nerd, so I love asking it. If you could be a video game character, who would you be?
Ooh, I spend a lot of hours pretending to be Master Chief.
Mm,
I don't know if that's
Amen.
the answer to my question, but I have already spent several hours today. Not several hours, but yeah. Halo is an addicting game.
it is, especially 3. 2 or 3. 2 or 3. Oh, classics.
I've played 3, which was great, but I actually play 5 is the one that I
Oh,
I
nice.
swear
Okay.
by. Yeah,
Okay.
just the first one that I got to play, and I'm all about that advanced movement and everything. And I play the old ones, and you're like, okay, this is cool.
They're
but-
restrictive. The old ones have the best story, but
yeah, the story of Halo 5 is not important. Just doesn't
That's
land.
true.
Doesn't. Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
do anything great with it. But it's just. I understand why people don't like that game, but yeah, Master Chief would be sick. I guess I already do that.
I'm gonna say TBD and go use the restroom. And Ivan, you tell yours.
man, like I have so many potential answers. Like obviously all of just like the like ridiculous like hero power things.
I feel, yeah.
But like, dude, Spyro.
Ooh,
Oh, that was
tough.
close.
I love that.
Spyro fucking rules,
Ooh.
right? Like,
Oh yeah.
like yeah,
I mean,
Yo,
he's
what
a
about,
dragon. I mean, that's
Yeah,
what
that's
else?
it.
What else do you need?
like yeah, I could tell you it would be sick to be the guy from Just Cause or
Yeah.
fucking God of War or
Kratos. Yeah.
obviously Halo.
Yeah.
But like,
Hey man, you know
man,
what?
I don't think I had as much of a fucking like serotonin boost as a kid as I did when I played Spyro.
Yeah, that's
um,
true.
That was just a thing.
I don't know. I feel like I have a affinity for like that era of PlayStation because like when I grew up, like I had the GameCube, my one friend had the Xbox 360, and my other friend had the PS2. So we'd all like go to each other's
beautiful.
house and play each other's consoles and shit, And so like I always fell in love with like early PS2 stuff, like Kingdom Hearts, like your
Oh, yeah.
boy got a Sora over here, like.
Nice.
Like I'm like I love that sort of PlayStation era stuff. Like obviously Master Chief from the Xbox, series of games, just great too. And then like I'm just a Nintendo fiend, so like I have a lot of bias because I'm just a big Nintendo fan. But like I totally get it, man. Like the early
Breath of the
like
Wild
Spyro.
Link is a solid one too.
Ooh, that's a good one too. Yeah. But Zach, what do you got for us?
Dude, I was just thinking that entire time. I have no fucking idea. I don't really play video games because I've just become obsessed with them.
Zach plays. I've played 2 video games with Zach, and he destroys both of them, and they're the only games he plays. And they're original N64 Smash.
Yes.
Where he plays as Samus.
Very cool.
And then we play the most recent Switch Mario Kart, which Zach is just an unparalleled god at for some reason.
I do.
You don't. It's not even, dude. It's not even. No one's even trying to beat Zach. It's literally. It's like a subconsciously you see that you're in second place and you're like so satisfied. You're like, oh, I did it.
And it rules. Like I'm in first place without being live.
And Zach is like on his phone because he's been done already, and he plays as Dry Bones in that game.
Yeah, maybe Dry Bones is my boy. Maybe Samus. Samus is my OG. I'll be Samus.
I feel that as a Samus main in Ultimate, I have to respect that answer. That's a hard answer, so I like that. Also, every time I think about it, I'm like I should get Mario Kart for the Switch, but I have it for the Wii U, which is like, why would I buy it twice? So I'm probably wait till it goes on sale. Buy it twice. But I know to play with you guys, obviously.
Yep.
So
Precisely.
There we go.
It is a fantastic game.
It rules so much.
Listen, I love the Wii U version. So, and my girlfriend has the Switch version. So maybe I'll have to hop on her console and just be like, "Yo, Zach,
gotta do it.
Find me." But I'm all about kart. I've been playing kart since like the inception. So like, I feel like I don't know. I haven't played 8 in a little bit, so I might be a little rusty. But don't worry, I'll have to test. I'll have to see how good Zach is. I'm very curious now. I've seen the stream, so I know you're good.
Oh, the video game stream?
Yeah,
that was up there. Yeah,
Right.
I watched it and I was like, damn, Zach's like on it. Like he was literally like he hit the finish line and he was just like this, like on his phone. Like I was just like, that's how you know you're good. You like don't even give a shit. You're just like on your phone. You're already like on your phone immediately after. Like as soon as your car passed over the finish line, done. Yeah.
No celebration, just like because if Zach gets first place, he's not like stoked. He's just like, yeah, I did my job. If Zach gets second place, he's fucking furious.
Yeah, dude, it's always like the one terrible game of the season. It's just like
what the fuck bullshit.
Yeah.
Then he goes
5
back.
red shells in a row. What the fuck?
Then he goes back into like the room and just isolates himself, and he's just all you hear is just like the Mario Kart like sounds coming out of the room. He does like the time trial. He's like, "Damn it! I could have shaved half a second off on this lap. Damn it!"
Dude, that's the craziest thing is that Zach does not practice. There's no hours put into this.
I just wanted to play it.
I actually technically retired.
Oh yeah, you guys technically retired.
The last time we played, I like tweaked some shit in my hand and got this like crazy like carpal tunnel in my hand for like 2 weeks. I was like, oh dude, using a mouse and playing a guitar,
it's important. You need that shit. Yeah, I feel that.
But yeah, no, for my Mario Kart skills, they become real, or they become back to normal when I play online. I still win maybe like 20% of less than that. If I play like 25 to 30 rounds, I'll probably win like first place like 5 times. So whatever that means. I can hold my own.
Brutal.
I can hold my own, but like there are some people online. I'm like, dude, that's insane.
Yeah, it's wild. That's how I feel about Smash, because like I feel like online sucks, but people have played. Like I don't like try to toot my own horn in Smash, but like people have played me offline and they're just like, I don't know how you do this shit, and I'm just like, I've just been playing for like a super long time. It's not, and I'm like, kind of like Zach, I'm retired, so I don't come out of hibernation unless it's like I'm at a friend's house or something. Like I'll give a funny story. One of my exes, I went to go up to visit her friends up in New York, and one of her friends had Smash, and she's just like, "You like Smash, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "But you don't want me to play." And one of her friends was like, "No, I want you to play blah blah blah, like we should 1v1, and I'm just like, you don't want to do that. Like I'm retired. Like I'm not trying to do this. He's like, what do you mean I'm retired? What do you mean you're retired? I'm just like, I'm just the game. I'm done. I'm retired from the game. You know, it's just been, you know, when you've been grinding your whole life to do this shit, you know, I'm retired. And he's like, nah, I gotta verse you. So we played, and I just like wiped the floor with him. I destroyed him. And my ex-girlfriend at the time pulled me aside and was like, you need to chill it out. And I was just like, listen, he unlocked the beast inside of me. I cannot.
Right.
The chains have been unchained, and the beast has now come out. Like I can't unchange him. Yeah, the beast makes all the decisions. It's like the Hulk, but like instead, it's just like my ability to play Smash unlocks. You know, I like unlock the chakra in my brain to like become a Smash.
But then the
Smash
curse
god.
is that you can't stop though. That's
yes.
You have to win.
And
there's no stopping.
I had heard that shit like the whole train ride home. Basically, it was just like, why did you do this? Why did you do this? Why did you do this? And so that's it. So I understand, Zach. The retirement life is the good life for now. So.
Yeah, I'm also still playing the same video game that I started when I was 12, which is try to make my band successful. So
that's
become the one I was like honestly, as soon as I was like serious about music and my video game use, like they just went in opposite fucking directions. I was like, I already got a game. Like video games can go away.
Definitely back in the day, I started playing Halo 5 in like 2015.
Yeah.
Because I remember like just growing up, you just don't have time. I played a little bit of Skyward Sword or something. No, Twilight Princess. Twilight Princess. But I played Guitar Hero.
Oh,
remember that?
I love
Guitar Hero.
That was important. The Tom Morello one. That was a big deal.
Yeah. Anytime I talk about Guitar Hero, I still think personally 3 is my favorite. Legends of Rock. That was
Legends of Rock. That's Tom Morello and Slash, baby.
The best one. I would argue. I don't know. I feel like
I agree.
I feel like that is sometimes that could be argued that there's other ones.
That was the one with that's the one with Fire in the Flames at the end. Too.
Yes.
So there you go. That's the quintessential one.
Yeah. Awesome.
I never had that game, but I always resented it because there were songs. I was like, I can play this song perfectly on a real guitar, and I can't get medium on this fucking game.
I can only play medium. I can't play anything above medium.
I played. What were you gonna say, Zach?
I was like, Ivan, I feel the same exact way with guitar, but Rock Band drums are my shit.
Yes.
Oh, that's so fun.
Different.
It's so fun.
Drums is different, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like that was the point. Like I was like, I want to play guitar, so I can probably play up to like hard or expert now at this point, and but like at the same point, like not through the Fire and the Flames. I can't do that shit. Have you seen that? That shit's wild. Like no, I don't think you can humanly do it. I mean, there's probably people out here who can do it, but I can't do it. So, but like I'm like, man, if I learned that on guitar, that would be equally as hard. So I'm like not trying to do that, but I learned a lot of the songs on Guitar Hero 3, so I got to give it shouts.
Dude,
that's awesome.
You're familiar with the band Counterparts, right?
Oh, I love Counterparts. Great.
Do you know the story with their drummer and Rock Band?
I do not. You have to tell me this one. I'm all about
this. This is the craziest shit. All right, so, their drummer is, like, he might be like the best drummer.
Yeah, he's super tight.
Maybe like his Will Putney. I heard him say that he is technically the best drummer he's ever recorded, and this dude learned drums by becoming the best rock band drummer in the world. He is ranked. He's ranked as the the best rock band drummer. I forget all the details, but there was something where, and he like is number one, and no matter just be something to deal with like the way the structure of the game or like I don't know, it's not being reissued or whatever. Like I forget the exact thing, but he was like, yeah, it actually is mathematically impossible for someone to ever surpass me. So he will.
Wow.
So he'll be the number one rock band ranked drummer forever. And apparently, when he tracks drums, Will Putney sets up a screen in front of him of the MIDI roll as it passes. So he's like turned his rock band ability into like watching the screen move in real time as it's like hi, like just the MIDI programming of the drums.
Yeah, the metronome, all that
And
shit.
he said he doesn't even look at the drums. He just looks exactly at the screen and hits, like, all his hits are perfect. Hits the ride bell ding like perfect, and he just like blows through the songs, which is like so
shit.
crazy. Yeah. So
My
it shows
mind is
rock band drums actually translate to being good at the fucking instrument.
That is what I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna research this shit, guys.
Dude, go listen to his episode on the Downbeat podcast.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
that's
great.
where he talks about it, which is my favorite podcast. It's so fucking dope.
They're so good.
And,
yeah.
And yeah, it's on that. I remember listening to it and just like laughing alone in my car.
That just sounds so wild. Like first of all, that's great. That's awesome. Yeah. But secondly, like, last thing I would ever expect, like, the whole rank thing is insane, first of all. But if you even took that out of the equation and you just said, oh yeah, like, just set up a screen monitor and I'm just going to watch the MIDI roll, not look at the drums, just watch this shit, and just my arms will move in the exact spot they're supposed to go because I played Rock Band. Like, that just blows my mind. So you've officially destroyed me, Zach.
He has like some Rock Band playthroughs from like 11 years ago or something on his YouTube channel. His name's Kyle Brownlee. Look it up. It's fucking. Oh my God. It's just like, it's really funny. It's like all these counterparts playthroughs, him just like ripping, and then it's like, that's all like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, whatever, and then, like 11 years ago or something like that.
And he's like,
it's just like 3 Rock Band. He's like clearly like a child. So funny. Yeah.
Very cool. Well, guys, if you want to check that out, maybe I'll throw a clip in right now to just, tantalize things. But the next question, guys, because we went completely off the rails, but I'm totally cool with that because that story was fucking awesome. But the next question is, if you guys were to compile a dream tour lineup, including your band, who would be on it and why, pretty much?
Okay, Kid. We got to ask this question at a different interview, and Kid, you had you had a great answer. What was it?
It's the 4 bands, I guess in order. Wait, hold on. Let me hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me make sure I have it. Okay, so it starts with Just Friends. Just Friends opens.
Okay.
Because they're a great opener.
Okay.
And then it would be, for the first half of the tour, would be The Story So Far. Second half of the tour would be Fall Out Boy.
Ooh, tough. Because, okay.
Right. Then third would be us, and then fourth would be AC/DC. and we would play we would play just below whatever the House of Blues is. So we would play like sub 2000, no barricade. Like, I want people running on stage like it's a hardcore show.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no barricade.
They can choose to be respectful for AC/DC if they want to, but I also imagine AC/DC like just rolling with the punches.
They might. I don't know.
That's. You could also flip it and have AC/DC open. I think that they would totally be up for that challenge. You know what I mean?
Dude, like, AC/DC opening up in bed by 9, incredible.
Yeah, they would. They would be like,
that's fucking lit.
That's dope. I love that. That was a good one, Brian.
Thanks.
Ivan, you have one?
I mean, yeah, I would love for us to just direct support 1975.
Yeah.
Like, that would be an actual, like, dream come true. But, like, if I were to put us up on, like, a 5 or 4 set, it would be, like, Belmont, Hot Mulligan, and, like...
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, yeah, probably Fall Out Boy Story So Far. Just rip it.
That'd be tough.
Dude, yeah. Story So Far, Hot Mulligan, Belmont, Good Terms is not completely out of the realm of possibility.
I'm here for that.
I mean, that would be like that would be some like wild we made it type shit, but that sounds like a fucking dope lineup.
I would go to that for sure.
That would be type.
That'd be a hell of a show.
I don't know. When we were naming Good Terms, we had what we called the Under Oath test, which was we had like all these names in our mouth of like, all right, what could we fit that? And then we're like, all right, just imagine we're playing a show and Spencer Chamberlain is like, hey, like, all right, guys, give it up for all the bands that like play before us. Like, give it up for Small Dicks, which was our original joke band name.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, no,
Nah.
like give it up
That
for
was
like
never in the
give,
running.
it was never even a possibility. It just came to mind because we talked about it earlier today. But and he was like, give it up for Good Terms. We were like, yeah,
That would
works.
work. Yeah, I
think
feel
it
Yeah.
works.
Yeah.
So Under Oath's got to be on the bill somewhere. I'd say
Okay.
they're I'm gonna. I already used this answer at a different time, but I'm gonna do it again. We're one of 4. Story So Far is 2 of 4. Under Oath is 3 of 4, and then 1975 is the headliner.
Ooh, that's clean. I like that.
Brutal,
Nice.
That would be-
lovely lineup.
Nice blend.
That would be a nice blend. I would be about it. I feel like Under Oath would be the dark horse on that tour. You know, like I feel like they would be like, we're like there. Like we could do some stuff that's like a little bit more like softer kind of stuff, but like, you know, be interesting to see them on a bill like that. I mean, considering they just did it. I mean, considering they just did a tour with like Alice in Chains, you know,
Yeah.
like I feel like they could rock
Why
with
didn't
it.
I say Green Day? Green Day would be a. Could you imagine being involved in a Green Day show? That would be. I mean, maybe it would not be great because who would talk about anything other than Green Day? Because I think that's just the kind of show they put on.
That's fair, yeah.
But
Yeah.
I may exchange AC/DC for Green Day.
Kid, I like your answer. The one that I was searching for was when you said that it was first of 4 because the answer or the other question was like Dead or Alive or something, and I think you said it was Good Terms. It was first of 4, and then it's and then it's John Coltrane, and then Charlie
Miles
Parker.
Davis.
No, I think it was Coltrane, and then Charlie Parker was direct support, and then Duke Ellington was the headliner.
Just a good.
With Good Terms first and 4.
Because it was the person asking us. I said Dead or Alive, and I was like, well, I feel like if I have the chance to bring back the dead, like it'd be kind of irresponsible not to bring back like the absolute greats. And I thought of like Prince and Michael Jackson. It was like, wait a minute, no. Let's go back. Let's go even harder, dude. Like, could you imagine if you were not even just like, yo, I opened for John Coltrane, but like, yo, I was responsible for bringing John Coltrane back to life for one night only, like for another evening of music the world could never like do without. You're fucking welcome, dude.
Charlie Parker's crazy ass, dude.
It was
Duke
Charlie
Ellington. Oh my god.
I will say, if it was like, all right, Dead or Alive, direct support, Queen.
Oh,
That'd be the
really?
fucking craziest show.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh man,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah,
Queen's
sure.
great.
Sure.
I
Like-
feel like Queen would be great. Yeah.
they're so good. They're so good.
What about you, Zach? Do you have a dead answer?
Man, it breaks my heart that I'm even saying this right now, but it's fucking Van Halen, just
Van Halen.
internalizing
Yeah.
that he's
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
not alive anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
probably,
real.
yeah, it would be Van Halen. Maybe Led Zeppelin, but I feel like Van Halen would be more fun. Led
Yeah.
Zeppelin's
I feel like that would be
obviously
more
like
fun.
the goat, but like Van Halen's just a party.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
They seem like they would be a party. Yeah. When you mentioned it earlier, I just kind of like glazed over it. Like I was like, oh, they're not dead. It's fine.
Right,
Yeah.
dude, I did too. Yeah, it's like
Like I was just like I like didn't internalize it until you just said it now, and I was like, wait a second, he's not here.
it's like,
anymore.
oh my god, I cash. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not that
that's-
that would ever happen in reality, but the fact that it couldn't happen is like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's some big sad vibes, but we're gonna glaze over that.
We'll get past that. Yeah.
We'll get past it with this next question: favorite TV show, favorite movie.
Oh baby.
Ooh, great, dude.
Who
One
wants
of
it?
my favorite TV shows is definitely BoJack Horseman.
Ooh, yeah,
That
that's a
show
great-
took-
good one.
That show took me by surprise. I remember seeing it on Netflix, being like, "This is very similar." Actually, this is actually very similar to my first impression of Zach Boucher. I saw it and was like, "This is just another one of those stupid, overly simulating, like absurdist new wave Netflix shows. Like, this is gonna suck, dude. No, like this is gonna be. I expected like Brickleberry or like
Oh my god.
Border
Yeah.
Town or something
yeah.
something like that. And then because the story, I saw Zach Boucher with a Gibson guitar case when I was 12 and was like, that asshole has an Epiphone guitar in there for sure. And he pulled out his Gibson Les Paul, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna pay attention to this guy. And now we're in a band. But yeah, so BoJack Horseman absolutely brought it, dude. I did not expect it to hold my hand through so much of life. There were
Yeah.
so many times where I definitely didn't have the answers, and not that BoJack Horseman gives you the answers. It just makes you feel like it's worth it to stick around and figure out what is making us all tick. You know what?
Yeah.
So
What's
that's
your favorite movie, kid?
that favorite movie. I'll rip off the Band-Aid for everyone. My favorite movie is Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Real important movie to me growing up. Jar, that was my first Star Wars movie. Jar Jar Binks, loved him. Gotta love the droids.
Ooh.
Huge love for Ewan McGregor through all the prequels. Star Wars Episode 1 has the special notion of having Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn,
That's true.
which is amazing, unparalleled. It's some of the best Star Wars content. Darth Maul is in that movie, fantastic. I know that there are a lot of things people would call problems in the movie, which is for sure. And I laugh at the movie sometimes for plenty of the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
For sure. But it's not even like I watch it because of how bad it is. I do watch it because like, damn, underneath all of that shit, there's like a really cool foundation for a world underneath. Like, I think they're really great. And
But my lord, is that illegal?
So I feel like I've always like harbored this love for the prequels, and like when I was a teenager, I like kind of found out the world didn't like the prequels, and I was like, okay, I get it. I guess I get it.
Oh my god!
And then we've just ever since there were these unprecedented times we've been living through, we kind of have been. I think the world has opened back up to the prequels, but we have definitely watched Episode 1.
Our quarantine, because we
many
all
times
together. We pull out the most niche quotes from that movie on a daily basis. I would say these guys have seen it more than me. I've seen it like kind of just in passing here and there, and I'd say since like probably March of last year to May of this year, dude, how many times have we watched The Phantom Menace? Like maybe 15 at least.
Yeah.
20 is a
god!
Oh. At least the first like 20 to 40 mints for sure.
Oh my god!
So they get down on Naboo.
Like every time we watch, we have a new favorite character. Like at first it was Newt.
Quote.
Yeah, at first it was Newt Gunray. But sometimes like one time I just walked in the house and just said, he's like, "Sir, they got the ventilation shaft." with no like no reason for that. Just like he like it's like instead of being like "Sup guys," he's just like, "Sir, they've gone up the ventilation shaft," and it just like broke us all. It's so
Ivan is the
funny.
king of that. Ivan also has some child Anakin quotes. The one time where Ivan, I think he would just come in like last in Mario Kart, and I was just like, "Damn, dude, that's insane that you just did so terribly." And he looks at me and goes, "Only human who can do it." It's like, you can pod race very fast, very dangerous. Yeah, but only human who can do it.
Oh my
Forget about
god!
it. Get out of here.
I love that.
When we first did,
I love that.
I was like, I wouldn't say in the closet about it, but I was like it was not widely known that I had this ability. When we first watched Phantom Menace over quarantine, I was like, oh yeah, I know like at least the first 20 minutes. I don't know almost every word of this movie. Because it was like big when we were kids. And then I was just like, I think I was working on my computer. I was like doing some good terms, or not even that. I don't know what I was doing. I was on my computer for something, maybe filing for unemployment. Who the fuck knows? And I was on my computer, and it was like, yeah, you're right about one thing, Master. The negotiations were short. And it's like, and like people kept looking over at me because like, is there phasing in this? Oh no, he's just saying it at the exact. What the fuck? And it kept getting.
Oh,
later and later
I remember
in the
this.
movie.
We were in your room working on something, and you weren't looking at the movie. You were just like, you're just doing something else, and then like the movie was just going by, and you're just calling it out as they went by. Not like watching their lips and being like, okay, it's about to say it right here. I got it.
Negotiations. We've lost
And then cut to like a year later, and I think Zach, it was Nina's first time watching Episode 1, wasn't it?
Oh yeah,
man.
And just back and forth, we're just all catching everything, dude.
All of us.
Jar Jar comes in, and everyone's just getting the back, and
the ability to speak does not.
Dude,
I love them
I mean, the
both.
one that's really gotten into our lexicon is hello boyos, of course.
Dude, no, Steph, my girlfriend calls me when she's coming home from work, and she goes, "Lisa going home."
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so it's gotten out of this is
that's
getting out of
great.
hands.
This is great. I love it.
No, there are two
This
of
is
them.
prime content, baby. I love this
Keep
shit.
on, we team.
Oh my god. Listen, any chance that I get to hear some great Star Wars quotes, this is wonderful. Oh my god.
We really got off track. Sorry.
That's so,
Yeah, that was-
I don't
see,
care.
that's-
That was like the best moment that I've interviewed anybody thus far. This was this like period where we talked about Star Wars so intently and so in depth. I will
Just
fucking
the first
remember this
one.
shit. Just the first one.
Not
We still have more episodes. We have more interviews, guys.
Oh,
We're
we
just gonna
go-
go through
we go
each
on,
episode. Yeah. Oh my
It's
god.
a real flammable topic around us because
I love
like,
it.
if ever like during an interview or like even like a new like say like oh it's like a friend of a friend is coming over and so it's like yeah man like do you
my
guys
God.
like watch Star Wars and then there's this like
Then you just
hanging
it just
air
opened the
like,
cage.
where everyone's like butthole clenches and we all look around and be like are we gonna
Are we doing it?
and then somebody will be like oh yeah dude this was like crazy and then we all just erupt with it.
Oh my
And
god,
have
that's
a good
awesome.
time.
I was watching. It was funny because ironically enough, I was watching. I'm starting the Mandalorian because I know people were talking about it, but like I'm on season 1 already, obviously. Like, and I think I'm into like episode 4 now. I think I just finished 4 last night, and I'm enjoying it a ton. Like, it's so
Man.
good.
Dude,
And
sorry.
wait for season 2.
Yeah.
Fucking incredible.
Season 1, I liked it, but it felt like
It's a
just
little
like
slow.
like
It's a little slow.
yeah. Which I like. It feels more like the original trilogy, and that we're just
Yeah.
kind of just like they're just going to show nice like 20 seconds of the planet as the like
Yeah,
establishing
it's pretty
shot
cool.
shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it felt still like episodic. Like this is like I'm tuning into like Star Trek. It's like there's a
Pretty
new
much,
adventure.
yeah.
They go to a new planet, and what I hope I'm not spoiling anything. But season 1 still rips. It's great. Season 2 is like it's a fucking
Better.
It's
Way
it's
better.
it levels up. Like they were like I think they were like, oh, people like the Mandalorian. Let's like increase the budget by 4.
Yeah.
There like Ivan and I watched one of the episodes and we just looked at each other and we're like, dude, we just watched an episode of the show Star Wars. Like
yeah, exactly.
not
Yeah.
like the Star Wars universe. Like it's
Like
Hey,
a
Riff.
movie. It's like on a movie
Yeah.
level
Star Wars,
quality.
yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
yeah, it's great.
That's
How-
what that's what I'm waiting for. Like I feel like I'm in episode 4, and I'm not saying like it's bad. Like I appreciate the cinematography, I appreciate like the character development, all that sort of stuff, and like the
Yeah.
little flashbacks and things of that nature. It's great. Like the callbacks are important, and like I like
and
the
in its
John
defense, it does all pay off.
Yeah, I imagine it does. Like John Favreau's a great director, writer, all that shit. But like.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a little slow, so I'm like, everybody's been saying like season 2, you gotta watch season 2. Season 2's great, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh boy, I'm hyped because I'm like halfway through. I'm just waiting for that shit to like blow up, like a
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
fucking
by-
rules.
Yeah, for the season 2 finale, obviously we like Star Wars, but if this is just any indication, Ivan and I watched it at like 1 a.m. whatever, like with the night that it came out. We were in the middle of working on this like crazy gig at the time. I forget what gig it was. Might have been. Oh, I think it. Shit, I don't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter. In December, and at 1 a.m. with my roommates asleep, we were in my living room, literally screaming and
Oh yeah.
crying, full fucking tears.
Yeah.
Just Ivan on his knees like this in front of the TV, and it's great.
It's
If
true.
your experience is anything like ours, I highly recommend it.
Don't worry, I'll live stream my reaction
Amazing.
for you guys only.
Zach,
but-
what's your
what's your
favorites?
answer, Zach? We took that shit out to Naboo.
Yeah,
for sure.
Hell yeah, we did.
to the hidden Gungan city, dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of cop out on the movie and say the Marvel Cinematic Universe because I don't know
That's
that I can
fair.
pick one.
Yeah.
If I were to pick one, probably Guardians of the Galaxy 1.
Oh, that's a
Um,
solid choice. Yeah.
But I just like if I'm rewatchability, shit, bangs. Like
I'd
if
agree.
it's not, I don't know. That's tough. TV show. I don't really watch TV very much. I'm trying to think what it would be. Maybe like
you just inexplicably hate the format, but do love TV shows.
I mean, it's honestly kind of maybe The Mandalorian, I guess, since it's like continuous. It's not
Yeah.
like a mini series. Or dude, honestly, probably the Boys. The Boys was like
Ooh, yeah, that's a good
the
one.
Boys or Stranger Things. Those are the two that I like uncontrollably binged. Like I was like addicted to them. Not just like, oh yeah, I'll keep watching. Like I was like, no, I'm that when Ivan showed me the first episode of the Boys at midnight one night, and then I had stuff to
It's
do the next
everything
day.
at midnight. That's what.
Yeah.
That's
And
what I
he's
feel
like,
like is a common thread.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, let's just like watch this, we'll chill. And then he like went. He's like, yeah, show's good, right? And then I went home and watched all of season 1 until I was done with it at 9 in. Slept for like 3 or 4 hours. Woke up and watched all of
Wow, that's
season
some
2.
serious dedication.
Yeah, it was like some unhealthy "what's wrong with me" type.
I
shit,
feel,
but,
yeah.
But yeah, so that show gives me that experience. So I'll go with the Boys.
There we go.
Hell
Ivan,
yeah.
what you got?
Favorite TV show? Probably is The Last Airbender.
Oh,
It's like
oh,
I keep coming back to it. I've seen it.
I love it.
I've seen it now. I think I've only seen it 4 times, but my God, it's so fucking perfect.
Yeah, new shit coming too.
It's oh, I know, I can't fucking wait. It's so good. Michael DiMartino is a fucking legend for that vision, and just like everything about it is so dear to me. There's so many other TV shows. I love TV. I love media that I consume, but for whatever reason, that one just always like it has everything without being, vanilla. And movies, oh, I love movies. I love every movie. I love so many of them.
Yeah.
Except, ironically, The Last Airbender, which is one of the worst fucking films ever made.
Yes.
And M. Night Shyamalan. I would go with either fucking The Gladiator or Arrival.
Ooh, all right.
Arrival is one of the best movies ever made, and I will stand by that relentlessly.
All right.
Denis Villeneuve is like one of my favorite directors currently. Like fucking Blade Runner 2049 is one of those incredible movies to look at. But Arrival was like,
I'm so hyped for Dune.
Chef's kiss. Dune, fuck yeah, baby! I cannot wait for that. But yeah, no, Arrival is like, I was like, I just kept watching it and kept seeing more and like just getting all. It's so good. But I also like, yeah, Harry Potter.
Ooh, yeah.
MCU.
MCU, yeah.
You can't go wrong. But if I have to give a serious answer, which no one said I had to, but I might as well, I would say probably Arrival.
There we go.
It's a fucking fantastic film.
There we go, guys. We know the true winner is Star Wars. That's what it really comes down to. So
And
just
if it
remember
comes
that.
to how much money we're giving them, it's definitely Star Wars.
Yeah. Listen. I'm a ride or die Star Wars fan. My personal favorite is 3. I love episode 3. That one's
3 is great.
That one's a great
It's
one.
so good.
I love that one. I know everybody, like Brian said, everybody gives shit to the prequels, but I don't know. 3 was like
my
3 was
Star
my
Wars.
childhood. I love 3.
Yep. I had my 10th birthday party at episode 3.
God,
Yeah.
that's
I did
that's
too.
hard. That's hard. I like that.
Probably wasn't your 10th one though, right?
Oh no, I mean it was
Probably
my
a different age.
13th. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so good. I would say the only other one that is I guess it is canonical since they're all canonical movies, but I probably say I loved Rogue One. That was another
Rogue
one.
One, I think is the best Star Wars film.
I'd hard
I would
argue
say-
it's so good.
Best, I think you're right. Like best quality.
Like-
yeah.
Better than Empire. Like, dude, it's literally and the best thing about it is that it, like, anyone can see it. Like, a Star Wars fan will watch it and be like, fuck yeah. And the person who's never heard of any of Star Wars will watch it.
Fuck
Like,
yeah.
And
Both-
it's just like,
Both answers.
and if you don't care about, like, if you're just like, oh well, I like films. It's like, yeah, watch this movie. It's still a great
it's still
fucking film. Like,
fucking great. Yeah. Oh.
I mean, and there's also just great fucking like Boogaloo, guys, Simpsons, like amazing one-liners from that fucking movie.
Oh, love it. Shout out to Rogue One. Underrated
Fucking
for
shouts
sure.
to Red One.
Next question, guys. If you were trapped on a desert island for the next month and there was one record you could bring with you to spin, what would it be?
Oh, I like this so much better than every other. Like, it's like no, just for a month and one.
Just a month.
Not
Listen.
not
Not all
what are your
time.
like what are your desert island top 10 or 5? It's like
Yeah.
oh fuck that. But like
It's a
It
month.
would it would either be Life or Solitude, both by Ginseng.
Ooh,
Both of those are lo-fi
There you
hip-hop
go.
records.
Vibes.
And
Yeah.
they are just a perfect 40 minutes. Perfect 40 minutes. They got all the instruments. They got the trombone. They got the electric guitar stuff. Some kick-ass drums. You know, all the old sample soul feel stuff, but all of like the disorienting like modern hip hop stuff, and it's wonderful.
There we go.
Zach?
Sick. Zach.
Dude, do you have one, Ivan? I'm struggling.
I think it's like hey, you can have this for a month. Probably going to be I Like It When You Sleep, For You're So Beautiful Yet So Unaware of It.
Sure.
Second record by 1975. Fucking incredible. One because like, or honestly Notes, because both of those are just so long. There's just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I think on I Like It When You Sleep there's like 17 songs, so like we're going for like
Length.
super like you have all these songs to choose from, and also just like banger.
You're right.
And I do it anyway when I have the ability to listen to literally fucking all music on Spotify, and I still just like I put on This Is 1975 every other time I listen to music.
That's fair. Yeah.
So, yeah. What do you got, Sakari?
Shit, man. Maybe Proper Dose by The Story So Far.
I was wondering if it was going to
Nice.
be Under Soil and Dirt for me, but then I remembered probably 1975.
Yeah, maybe or Notes would be a good one. Or dude,
Yeah.
A DGD album. I'm trying to think which one. Maybe
Mothership,
maybe
probably,
Mothership.
for you.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe
I'm very proud of myself for predicting internally that you're going to say Proper Dose or Mothership. I fucking kid you not.
I thought about saying an Under Oath one, but even though that I figured it needs to be something with like multiple vibes, whereas
Okay.
like
Yeah,
Under
it's a
Oath is
variety
like
of vibes.
one
Yeah,
vibe
variety,
and
yeah.
it like crushes it, but it's like
You're going to set the whole fucking island on fire if it's Under Oath. So, like, gotta have.
I
you
feel
know,
DGD is like that might be the answer just because it's so like it's just
varied.
a different thing. Like if I'm like I'm feeling into this mood, it's got it.
Yeah. Well,
Also, I feel like if you're trapped on an island, by the time you're done with it, you will understand John Mess.
that's true. Very
Crazy.
accurate. Very accurate. I'll give it to you guys. Since you all are DGD stands, who's your favorite vocalist of the many plethora of different vocalists that they've had?
Oh, John Mess for sure.
John Mess and.
Oh,
I
he
mean
means
like
actually
clean
my
singing,
singer.
clean singer.
Oh no,
clean
I
singing.
know what he means, but it's still
It's John Mess.
It's Tillian,
Fair.
man. It's Tillian by a mile.
Okay. Zach.
Yeah, it's also Tillian for me. I mean, I didn't even come in. I didn't know about him until Instant Gratification.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. I think think the band is best with Tillian.
Okay,
I think that
okay.
they are best suited to be with Tillian.
Okay.
But dude, it's Johnny, man. Like
Really? Wow.
dude,
All right.
DBM. I mean, he's a fucking twat of a person. So like,
You're
not,
right. It's
you know,
so
not
bad.
supporting the individual, but man, DBM 2. I don't even know if it's my favorite one, but every time I listen to that, or even like listening to like on Tree City, Tillian singing Backwards Pumpkin, which I like. The first one is so great, and it was my introduction to them. But I just don't listen to it just because as often it just doesn't sound as good. And it's like John's parts don't sound as great. Like his screams weren't the same that they are now.
Yeah,
and
that's fair.
But dude, listening like my current favorite DGD song is Tillian singing Backwards Pumpkin.
Yeah, that's
just
fair.
because it's like something about his melodies. It's real like Tillian's voice is fucking amazing. Like he's so good. He's so fucking talented. Also, pre-COVID, I would see him every single day at my gym, which I felt like so weird.
What? Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
but I'd be like, oh, dude, I know so much about you, and there you are deadlifting. Like,
He's like got binoculars. He's just like in his car.
I don't have any. I was like, okay, I'm good. I don't have any lifting cutoffs for him to know that for me to like reveal my secret identity of being like a massive DGD fan around him or something. But I have a secret band one, and I wore it one day, and I saw him, and I was like, oh fuck! Like,
You had like a freak out moment. Oh, that's
yeah,
great.
but
love it.
Johnny's melodies are just like, they're so fucking
man.
good. Like, just no one writes like him, and it's one of those things that like if anybody else did, it would not be that cool. Like, and his lyrics are kind of just nonsense. Like, they don't really even mean anything.
That's
I just
fair.
like don't care. And I'm like a lyrics guy too, and I don't know, all of the little parts, a little like runs and shit. He's just great.
Okay,
I will
that's
say,
fair.
and we talked about this a little bit before. It was like, I know it's Tillian for me because hearing him do Carl Barker and Times New Roman, I'm like, this is the best version of this for me. And like unequivocally,
Yeah,
Tillian's just the fucking goat, man.
That's fair.
Dude.
That's fair. That's fair.
he I will say not about the Kurt era, like almost at all.
I am all
I
about
like
the
Kurt's
Kurt
other
era.
stuff.
I loved the Kurt era. That was when Happiness was the first record that got me into Like I obviously knew about DB1, but like Happiness and the self-title was what got me into like that. So I have a strong Kurt bias, but I also love Tillian and Tides of Man. So that's why to me I have a strong bias for Tillian to still be in Tides of Man. Not to say that like not to say that like new DGD stuff I don't rock with. I like that shit too, but like I felt like his best musical work, at least in my opinion, was in Tides of Man, and I feel like Kurt was my favorite DGD vocalist. I don't care, y'all can fight me in the comments, but like I'm all about it. Like that shit, I loved Kurt. It was so good.
So I since have gone back and like listened to the Kurt albums a bunch, and also like hearing them redone on the Tree City stuff. I really like. I'm like, damn, these songs are fucking amazing. And then I hear Kurt's versions. That kind of unlocked it for me. But that was when I was seeing them in that era. I don't know if you saw them live in that era, like especially when they did.
No,
dude, it was honestly shit. Like they sucked. They sucked live.
I'm
it was
sure.
Crazy.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Like it was a bummer because I remember being like, oh, I fucking love Lemon Meringue Tie. Like I like Tree Village, or is that the name of that song? Yeah.
Yeah, Tree Village.
right?
You're correct.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or like Zoloft and like Uneasy Hearts and all this. Like I liked all the songs. Like it wasn't. I still prefer DBM 1, but I remember like seeing them and like I'm pretty sure that's why they kicked Kurt out eventually, is because he was just like not doing it live.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so it was. I think maybe that era is just tainted for me. Like people look back at it and like they hear the records and probably like, I wish I could hear this. But he's since obviously changed and rips, and all his new bands are so good and he's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember my girlfriend at the first Warped Tour that I took her to. She was like adamant that we see DGD, and we missed Seosin with Cove, and they played 7 years. They played 7 years of that Warped Tour, and then right after that, they fucking broke up or kicked Cove out or whatever.
They kicked
and
Cove
I was like,
out,
yeah, and
no. Cove. I think Cove, because I know they did another record with Cove. They did In Search of Solid Ground, so I don't think.
So it was that.
Is that album?
I think it was that album cycle.
Okay.
And they played 7 years, which I don't think they normally did.
They don't. I don't believe so.
At the time, and they did it with Cove, and I remember all my friends like were like, dude, it's just like cathartic, life-changing experience. And then I missed them to then see DGD with my girlfriend. I was like, fuck, Dance Gavin Dance. And of course now it's like literally their poster is right there on my fucking wall. But I was like, oh, it was bad. Like I don't know. It was so that's my experience with the Kurt era. But anyway.
Yeah. I mean, I gotta respect it. Like, I don't know. Like I feel like a lot of people turned around on Kurt because like he did that feature on, I want to say it wasn't the most recent one. It was on Shelf Life. The song is called Shelf Life, but I can't remember the record. But like I feel like a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, he sounds just like the record now." Like he sounded like Happiness early on. And like I mean, I get it. I have a strong bias because that was like the first DGD, but like I like all their shit. I think they're just like a band that keeps reinventing the wheel, and the fact that they have Andrew doing the live shit from Idola, I think that is super tight. If you haven't checked out Idola, fantastic band. They're great.
They're like definitely like an inspiration for Good Terms, like musically, but also just in the way that like them and 1975 do this too, and also like Brockhampton, where it just feels like they aren't trying to make like there's no like, guys, what record are we about to make? They're just
Yeah.
like, nah, dude, we're about to make a DGD record. And what DGD is just the people in DGD making music together.
100%. Yeah.
And somehow all of these many things being thrown into the pot, like the fucking like reggaeton song on the new album.
Yeah.
You know, shit like that. It's like, and it just it works. It always works because they just like any other band, if they were like trying to do the game or something, they'd like, cool, like we're gonna kick out John Mess and like go radio rock or something. But they're they correctly realize that's like their strength is in like their creativity and then just making it in the insane volume that they do.
Yeah.
Like, I think apparently we're getting another we're getting their next album this year.
Yeah, it's
like,
wild.
I think it's
wild.
already recorded.
Please.
Yeah, it's nuts. Like their production is just like they were. I think because I Andrew and I are pretty close, and like he was saying like, oh, they're already in the studio for like their next record, and I was like, didn't they just finish like Mothership? And he's like, yeah, and I was just like, that's insane. So I was floored, like, because then they posted like Matt posted on Instagram or something, like he's like back in the studio again, and I was just like, didn't you guys just finish like, you know, like artificial selection? Like, what the fuck are you guys like? I don't get it. So they're wild. They're workhorses. So I gotta give them props. But the second to last thing, guys, if you guys have made it this far in the interview, like, shout outs to you guys. Love y'all dearly. But what do you want people to take away from Good Terms, whether it be from a lyrical aspect or a musical aspect? Like, just what do you want new fans to like understand about you guys? Because like we had literally a 2-hour plus conversation, so you know, obviously I feel like I know you guys a whole lot better. But like, you know, if there's any way to cap off this interview, what do you want people to take away from you guys?
Man, just listen to yourself and listen to how you feel. And if you are unhappy with the situation, you should change it. That's what all of the lyrics are about. In other way, you know, some are about me quitting my job. Some of us are about us ending relationships just for the sake of yourself and for even and for the relationship, or you know, whatever else. And some are about just letting yourself feel awesome because you just had a fun night with your friend or something. And like, you know, if you're in a shitty situation, change it. Our our bass player said this very accurately. Just said the album's theme is quit your day job. And like
true.
life's too fucking short to to be unhappy for any second of it. And obviously there's struggles along the way and shit, but the journey toward fixing it is, I think, what all four of us have found a lot of peace with, and also just, and that's brought us a lot of joy and fulfillment. And yeah, I think if that's where you're at, then that's how we feel.
There we go. Brian or Ivan, got anything?
I think that this record is the first time that I even sounded like this good vocally. It's the first time I ever learned to scream and did it on a recording, and people seem to like that. I have a lot of fun doing it. It feels very good. There's all of these firsts that we kind of just made happen, and like singing and hitting notes that I've never hit, because that's what we wrote and we thought it would be sick to do.
Yeah.
Even some that I'm kind of kicking myself for now that I have to perform them, but but you know, we were just inspired and we made it happen. And I can't say that like we're up here winning a Grammy or, you know, playing in front of hundreds of thousands of people or something like that, but like, hey man, you can do it.
Yeah.
Like, you can learn to scream. You can learn to sing that well. You can learn to do what you can write a breakdown that heavy. You really can do it. That's what I did. That's what this record was for me, you know.
And that could relate to if you want to be a graphic designer, but you're busy doing construction, or I don't know, whatever it might
like,
be.
Yeah, like I don't know if you can't get yourself a sick job with sick pay, but if you want to be doing that thing, you probably can be doing that thing. Like,
yeah.
YouTube's there to help.
We all possess the ability to make ourselves happy. That would be the period of the point I was making before. That the kid you just provided me with. Thank you.
Shocker,
Ivan,
the last line of the second verse.
Ivan, what do you got? Yep, always.
I'll take it in a different direction since you guys already covered like thematically. The takeaway that I want people to have for us is like, I want us to occur to people as like as approachable and like the audience avatar. Like, if you see me at the bar after our set, and if we're playing second of 5, if you see me at the bar after the set, I want you to be like, oh man, I've maybe seen some content or listened to their music or whatever, and like, I know exactly what kind of person that guy is, and I can just go up and just like shoot the shit with him on the spot, because I'll turn around and shoot the shit with you immediately. So I want that takeaway of just like, we are the every person.
Yep.
And then this we haven't been able to play for you live yet, but like, my favorite place on the stage is in front of the stage with everyone else screaming at the stage, and like, that's the show I want to put on, is for the people in the pit. It's just like I have no interest in being like the rock star, but like, I, in the same way that like when I cook, I'm like, this is what I would want served to me. Like, that's what I want. I don't do it. I don't want.
Agreed.
Like, I don't ever want like, oh, it's like God idolization. It's like, no. I just want you to be like, someone made this for me. It's exactly what I wanted.
We're just on stage under the lights because that's where you got to be. That's where you got to be to doing this.
Yeah.
To be doing this, you know. But we just want to be playing guitar and singing, and I think you do too. So
exactly, right.
Come do it with us.
Just the audience avatar. That's all I want.
There we go. Well, the last thing, guys, which, I mean, again, you guys seem hella approachable. Definitely, probably, easily my favorite of this year. Maybe easily top 10 interviews I've done of all time.
Wow,
it was
Thanks,
great.
dude.
It was so great. Like, this was awesome. But the last thing, the most important thing, tell the people where they can find you out on social media, because, you know, that's where we live. That's the life we live. So tell them where they can find you at. Tell them where they can buy Turning Point. You know, give them all the plugs, you know, stuff like that, and let them know what's going on.
Yeah, sure thing. We're at Good Terms Band on most places.
Except for Facebook, where we're at Good Terms 69.
Yeah, I'm kicking myself for not having all of them just be that, so I can put a period on this.
Hell
We're at Good Terms on TikTok and YouTube or whatever. We're working on getting all of them at Good Terms eventually, but once we got some label money or something, we'll make them figure that out.
Check out our record on Bandcamp. That's a joke, but you can't. But
it is there.
Spotify,
the
Apple Music.
Yeah, if we have like 24 vinyl left or something. So if you when is this going to come out, by the way?
This is going to come out at the end of July.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so those will be gone probably. But maybe we'll have a second press. Who knows? But regardless, if you want to support us or want to check out some of our merch, go to goodterms.store. That's it. That's the whole link. And we're going to have some crazy merch that you see behind Kid with the obnoxious black metal shirt and the
Hell yeah.
all that. We're going to have some tie-dyes that have
hard.
At this point in July, hopefully the world is still together and not another insane year like we've had.
That's fair.
But well, those tie-dyes will be gone. Those are dropping soon. And then, yeah, that's it. That's where you can find us.
Who knows how this is going to age, but maybe I hope you enjoy our latest release.
Maybe we'll see. July, maybe
July could be. There could be a single of some sort, something. I don't know. I can't tell if that feels like
honestly,
tomorrow or next year.
If you listening and watching, you could just come tell us. Come tell us if we've released anything yet.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Just DM us exactly where we just told you on Instagram, Good Terms Bands. Just
did
DM
you
us
release
and let
something?
us know, like, did we? If you can link it to us, that would be great.
Yeah, if you could let me know too, that would be great.
We'll probably have it in our bio, and if you could just copy and send it to us.
Yeah, could you?
I just checked the DM. Kim from the future just hit us that we have to release the Turning Point remix. So we're
sick.
good.
There we go. Great.
Oh,
Guys,
that
from the
almost
future,
certainly
baby.
will be out.
That will certainly.
Yeah, no,
who,
I think at this point there'll be a remix of our song Turning
Yeah,
Point,
that's right. That's
done
right.
by Brian Robert Jones, who, if you're unfamiliar, is our best friend, and he plays guitar in Vampire Weekend, and he's the fucking man. And he remixed it, and it's done, and it sounds fucking insane.
Really good.
It's literally better than our version. Of
Yeah,
it.
it's like kind of like good for us for releasing a record so that we could warrant him doing this.
there we go.
But yeah, expect a lot of shit coming from us definitely very soon, and probably LP2. I don't know. As soon as we can get it to you, we're working on it right now. So
Yeah.
Talk about it.
There we go. There we go. Well, listen, go check out Good Terms. Again, want to give out a shout out to the GOAT, Anthony, my guy.
Yup.
Yeah.
Love that dude. Shout out to Anthony for the slick Facebook ad. But for real, you know the vibes. Go check out Good Terms. You know you want to. Listen, Turning Point, hard to argue, probably one of my favorite releases in a while. So like, listen, I feel
Really?
like gotta.
Wow.
I really enjoyed the fuck out of that record. So go give it some spins on Spotify. If not, hopefully, fingers crossed, there will still be vinyl for you if you're a vinyl fiend. If not, I sincerely apologize because I am a vinyl fiend. So I want to apologize for the vinyl community that they're gone. But also, if not, go pick up some merch. Listen, bands are really hurting right now, so I'm sure it would be very nice and I'm sure they would show immense gratitude if you picked up something from their merch store. So go do that. Please go support these guys. I don't want them to be another band that disappears into the ether. So make sure that happens. And also, listen, you already heard about the collabs from earlier. If you want to make that shit happen, go on Twitter. I already explained it to you like an hour ago now, so you know you can do it. Go do it. And if you enjoyed this interview, go check it out. Subscribe, share it. It goes a long way, honestly, and I love all of you. So thank you so much for hanging out, and massive love to Good Terms for hanging out and chatting with me for over 2 hours. This was great.
Brandon,
Hell
thank
yeah,
you so
man.
much.
yeah, this was really cool, man. This was a good time.